We're live.
All right, Salaam Alaikum, black family. Basheer Muhammad coming straight at you tonight. Got a good subject tonight. We're going to the black tape. We're going to talk a little bit about betrayal, but I want to go into some other things first. But as I always do, I want to open up with prayer. I always got to give it to the Most High. In the most holy name of Almighty God Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi, who was to come and has come to restore we who are lost from our own kingdom of Islam and to destroy those that destroyed us. Lord our God, O Allah, we are thy people. Deliver us from the murders we serve and obey thee all the days of our lives, and we teach our children to submit to thee, to that unequal love and mercy for thou. And thanks to you, O Allah, for making manifest to us our enemy, the devil. And help us, O Allah, to live the life and die the death of the Muslim. I bear witness no God but thee. And I bear witness most honorable Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad is the last and greatest apostle. O Allah, I pray for the destruction of this wicked and accursed devil. I pray that rainstorms, hailstorms, earthquakes, tornadoes, farm destroying locusts, devils killing themselves on the highways and byways and skyways, going into the schoolhouses of America, murdering one another. That's what I said. Truck wrecks, car wrecks, plane wrecks, snowstorms, firestorms, forest fires, hailstorms, all that you have at your disposal, O Allah. It came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Put it on this beast, O Allah. You promise us we are at war now. So I'd like to thank you, Allah, for this day. I'd like to thank you for that divine hedge that you place around those that strive to be upright and do the works of Elijah. So thank you, thank you, thank you. That's the prayer that I use a lot of times, family. That prayer of destruction. I thought I'd give you just a little taste of it tonight. Somewhere in America, that prayer shall strike. One thing I usually have to be careful with it sometimes because you don't have the power of where it goes and who it strikes. But we got to be willing to sacrifice if necessary, everything to destroy this beast. So I'd like to thank you, all of you all, for coming in tonight. And I do have my beautiful daughter be coming in later on, not too long. Miss Kalimah Unisa Muhammad Ali. And we want to touch on some things tonight. And I have so much information I could give you all. And everything I try to give you is something that you could use. But the key is to execute it, put it into practice. It don't do us any good to have knowledge and get information if we don't execute it. We can make all type of quotes, we can repeat it, and we can sound good, and we can come before the people and look good, and all of this. But it's all for naught if we don't internalize these teachings. And I think a lot of brothers and sisters got the wrong understanding of the teachings of the most honorable Elijah Muhammad and that which is coming. See, we're at war. Allah has declared war on the devil. So a lot of us are looking for the wrong thing at the wrong time. We're not in time and on time. So a lot of us are looking for peace. But you're not going to find that peace that you're looking for now. You're out of time. Allah is at war with the devil. So if we're at war with the devil, so am I. If you want to find peace now, find peace in war. Allah is on the battlefield now. So we got to get on the battlefield with him. Over 6,000 years ago, when Allah decided to make the devil, there's a reason for that as well. I won't give you a direct answer, but I want to read a little something from the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. What this is really all about. It's really about you and I as a people, as a human being, as a direct descendant of the Creator himself. See, dissatisfaction brings about a change. All of us, the whole planet Earth, is dissatisfied now. And you got to ask the question, who they dissatisfied with? That should be an easy answer to you all, because the only one that's been in charge of this planet for the last 6,000 years has been the Caucasian. That's what he was made to do. To bring slavery, suffering, and death and murder on the planet. But there's something that we must do as a people, as an individual. Give me one hot second. Since I'm going to have to call you back unless it's emergency right in the middle of something. All right. This is from Our Savior Has Arrived, because I love going into all the teachings on the Elijah Muhammad, because that's where we should go. There's no greater knowledge on the planet right now for black people. It's in teaching what's under Elijah Muhammad. The Mahdi came. Allah God in the person of Master came and taught what's under Elijah Muhammad over 3 years. It says, the old world of the white race that is now going out cannot rule the people in righteousness, because nature did not give them any righteousness. Therefore, the two, the righteous and the unrighteous, disagree with each other, and they cannot live in peace with each other. Do you deny that? Therefore, the two must be divided, and the follower of each can go along with the other leader. The righteous will follow their own leader, and the wicked will follow their own leader. This is symbolized in the Bible under the symbol of the sheep and the goats. If you study the nature of the two animals, you will find that there is a great difference between them. One animal, the sheep, is trustworthy. That's us, to a degree. And the other animal, the goat, is untrustworthy. That's us, too, to a degree. By nature, black people are good. But the black man is like a sheep. If the wrong people, the evil people, teach and guide him, he will become like this evil guide. Black people, who've been guiding us for the last 400-some years, since we landed in Jamestown, Virginia in 1555. Who's been teaching us and guiding us? Where do we get this behavior from? Where do we get this behavior where we got silly little men? They call themselves men, but they're actually boys. We come before the human family because they have a platform, or they a sports figure, or entertainer. Why are we following such ignorant people in the first place? Why would you follow a man who put a damn dress on? Why would you follow a sister who put a combat boots on and turn her hat to the side? What is the hell wrong with us? We've been following the goat. I'm leading up to something tonight. But as soon as you take the black man away from the evil guide and put him under his own good guide, he will go to his own good guide, and he will follow him, because by nature the black man loves good. This is what lot of the brothers I know, we will always say, brothers, if we can only get off under this beast, and we can go to ourselves, you can see the greatness of the black man, the woman, start to come to the surface. See, we've been contaminated totally. Been mistreated, misused, miseducated, lied to, given falsehood. But we don't come little devils ourselves. And the cold part about it, we starting to love it. We starting to like that unlike behavior that we able to exhibit. And then you love it so much when you get so much accolades for being a nigger, for being a devil. You actually get applauded. You actually can get you a shoe contract. You actually can get you a better movie contract. You actually can get you another tennis shoe deal. All you got to do is ride with the devil, and he's pretending to be your God. The devil is a God. Black man, black woman, we jacked right now. We all messed up. This is why the Bible prophesied of a great separation of the people coming about before the end of the world of the wicked, who love to take people and mix them up and make them to believe in other than right. That's us. We are all mixed up. As you may have learned, if there is any good black man in America, if his goodness is such that he refuses to teach people to follow the guide who is no good, then the no good man becomes a hater of that good person and seeks the death of the good person. This is what we're living in today. About these type of conditions. And a lot of us pretending that we don't see this. You're walking around with your eyes shut. As you may have learned, if there's any good black man in America, and if his goodness is such that he refuses to teach people to follow the guy who is no good, then the no good man becomes a hater of that good person and seeks the death of the good person. And no good man speaks evil of that good man just because the good man makes manifest the no good man. Being no good, he does not want to be made manifest to the world. The world, because no good man seeks to keep the world under his own no good guidance. And it's so evident with what's going on with this so-called pandemic. Look at all the folly and foolishness around when someone comes and give you the information on the so-called vax. Then you'll read when they come out CNN and all the news media reports. They'll put a spin on the story. And they have you so damn confused when you get through reading that or listen to that confusion, you don't even know what to believe. This is the work of the beast, brothers and sisters. And the only people that got any damn sense in America really is the black people just trying to do the right damn thing. We have always advanced American society based on our righteousness. America would still be a backward nation if it wasn't for the black man and woman being brought to the hills and wilderness of North America. We have brought culture and civilization. Think about that. We brought culture and civilization, and now it's being a dead man. And lost his name, religion, culture. Don't know where we come from. Don't know where our roots are at. We gave up our own God. Well, something that's in the black man and woman that we always striving to bring out the good in the people. But our problem is, instead of us focusing on ourselves, we try to carry everybody with us. But everybody's not moving with us like that. Don't nobody give a damn about us. We done got to the point now we don't even care about one another. We got family, we don't even care about our families no more. You don't care about your brothers. You don't care about your sisters. You don't care about your uncles. You care about your nieces. All you care about is having a bunch of damn things. All you care about is wanting to sit up under the light so people can look at you. Say, oh, look at that. Look at him. Look at her. Oh, they did. They there. We revel in that. That's why the devil will keep you up under his damn thumb and keep his foot on your neck like it did poor George Floyd. And that cracker might get out somewhere down the line on an appeal. So watch yourselves. Actually, you should never leave the jailhouse of America. You should die in the jailhouse. They should do them just the same way they did Jeffrey Dahmer. That cracker was eating up brothers. Finding the same damn way. Yeah, that's what the hell I said. I ain't scared to bite my tongue. I ain't gonna bite it. Well, I should have. I ain't scared of nothing. Period. Especially this devil. Because I know his fate. I'm trying to give you these teachings so you can save yourself. The doom of the world of the white man and the time when his doom will come now is the time of his doom. But those whom he has made blind, deaf, and dumb do not know who he is or nor the time that he is to be taken away. So therefore the world of the white race is filled with confusion, as you see today. And they do not know that they do themselves. They have confused the black man to the extent that the black man does not know now whether he should go for himself or remain seeking guidance from the devil. We don't know now what we should do for ourselves, or if we should still continue to vote for old senile Joe Biden or Miss Harris. You don't know whether you should be a Democrat or Republican. You should be neither one. You should be an upright human being. That's all you need to be. You should find and learn how to separate from this beast immediately. We don't even want to throw the devil's name away. We want to hold on to it. Family ain't your family name, partner. So don't get it twisted. That's not your name. Should not you carry the name of the Most High? You should. But you walk around with the slave master name. That's how bad shape we are. We've been lied to, mistreated, and betrayed. But Allah, God, will not let any of us be blind today to the truth. This is why he came himself, to be sure that there will not be any mistakes made. Allah, God, makes for himself a messenger. Then Allah, God, guides the messenger himself. He does not lead the messenger to do all of the guiding. Then Allah, God, sends angels to see that his guidance is carried out like he taught the messenger to do. We have angels all around us. I ain't talking about the one they put in that book. Looking like some little kid with a little fat bus running around with some damn wings on with cherry cheeks. That ain't what the hell I'm talking about. So get up out of that mentality right away. Great world of confusion. Fighting is raging all over this world of those who love fighting. They love fighting. The proper thing that we black folks should do today is to unite together behind the divine one whom God approves. The one whose work is seen. The one whose work is made manifest to the eyes of the whole entire world. Think about that, what I just said. Whose work in America has been made manifest to the whole entire world? Well, this black man was kidnapped in 1555 and put in these camps, and everything that he knew was extracted from him and replaced with the mind of the devil. Think about this. Who in America is speaking truth to power? Who in America is taking this flag all across the planet Earth now? Who in America is doing the works of Elijah? It ain't the NAACP. It ain't the Urban League. It ain't none of these organizations. It's the followers, the true followers of the most honorable, humble Elijah Muhammad, is out here on a daily basis, pushing the teachings of the most honorable, humble Elijah Muhammad, which is given to him by Almighty God Allah himself. It came in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, the great Mahdi. Take it or let it alone. That's on you. My job is to give it to you. It said, this is he who wrote the book, with exclamation point. Hurry, black man, and get out of the name of the white man before it is too late, with 3 exclamation points. It says, all things made new. The awakening and the rise of the black man in America must come first, because he is the choice of Allah, God in the person of Master Farad Muhammad, to build a new heaven on earth. You the choice, black man, woman. They are the blindest, deaf, and the dumbest of all people who are without the knowledge of self. They are tried under the foot of civilization. There is no people as referred to in the Bible and Holy Quran. As God created the present heaven and earth out of nothing, so will God in the person of Master Farad Muhammad build a new heaven and earth from nothing. People who are nothing, so that this world will have no claim on the making of the new people of the new heaven on earth. And also that when they raise this black man up in America, the whole world gonna bow down. Their God must be God. This man that we walked across, and all we could see was the brightness of his eyes looking up through the mud. That hated one, that despised one, that rejected one. Everybody crowded on him. The one that's been betrayed by his own people, sold off into slavery. The one that was betrayed by those who proclaim Allah Akbar, by the Muslims in the East, by our brothers in the East. Talking about that black man that's in America today, running around here in dresses, women running around here buck down naked. This the black man and woman. Watch it. Keep living. The universal awakening of the black man must also take place. He is also blind, deaf, and dumb from the touch of white civilization. Oh yeah, we've been touched. They do not know themselves. They're referred to in prophecy of the Bible as being a sleeping lion that must be awakened. That sleeping lion, that old lazy cat in the jungle, that's all they're doing is sleeping. Oh, master, keep you full. He'll throw you something out there. You throw you a stimulus check. You throw your EBT card. You throw your minimum wage job. You throw you a no good degree that you spend 4 years going to school for. You can't even come out and use the damn thing. But you can say, I got me a degree. You can't cash in on it. What is we doing with ourselves? As in the problem given to us with Master Farad Muhammad, they refer to as a lion cage that must be let loose. In the side of the Bible, we are referred to as people who are robbed, spoiled, imprisoned, and are prey. And those who have us as prey will not let us go free. The black man must be awakened to the knowledge of self. This is not what the white race has taught him to be. He must come out of this hopeless state We're in such a hopeless state. You see it all damn day long on TV, all on Instagram, Facebook, all the posts the brothers and sisters be posting. They post to me a hopelessness. We hope the white man stop doing this. We hope the white man give us this. We hope the white man give us justice. We hope the white man look at another fellow human being the way we look at it. It ain't in it. He thinks he is worthless. He should be brought into a state of worthiness and the knowledge and reality of a great place in which Allah, God, and the perfect master of Muhammad will put him in. It is to place him on top and not the bottom, because the bottom is where he is today. We own the bottom, because the bottom is where he is today, and make him no more the tail but the head. Listen. He is to become the head of civilization of a new world or a new heaven or earth. We talking about you and I, brothers and sisters. But he is to be the ruler. Check this out. But this is where I really wanted to go. He is not to rule over this people, but he is to be the ruler of self, after the rule of the Caucasian wicked world. Let me read this back. This is what this great experiment is all about. He is not to rule over other people, but he is to be the ruler of self, after the rule of the Caucasian wicked world. We waiting on a new president. We waiting on a new government. We waiting on, looking for new leadership. Oh, tripping. We're looking for new leadership. But brothers and sisters, you got to start looking inward. Once you get enough knowledge to understand the time we're living in, what's really going on, once you get that supreme wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of who the devil is and how he was made and brought into existence, he came up out of you and I. The black man became dissatisfied and he was already in heaven. Allah said, let me make a man. Let me make an unlike man so I can show my people that you got two people in him. You got God and the devil. And the only way he would never come back on the planet once he's destroyed by Allah is that, see, we can bring him back because he exists within. Allah can destroy the devil on the outside right now. But he's waiting for us to understand. We got to go inside ourselves and cut this beast up out of us. This is where I'm headed tonight. And some of the things that's affecting us. But we got to understand this here. There will never be another ruler over the people the way that we understand rulership today. Why should it even be necessary for someone to be a ruler over the people if you are the ruler of self? And we all one. Self means one, connected with the Most High. We got to go into our genes and DNA and our mindset and cut this damn devil up out of us and throw him away forever. That's why I give you this information on getting to your families and your children. Because that's where the great work going to take place. That's the workshop. It's in the house. You got to take this supreme wisdom and knowledge and go to work with it. Let me go into a few tidbits And one of my tidbits tonight, leading up to the subject tonight, one of the definitions of betrayal is in a relationship. Betrayal is the breaking or violation of a presumptive contract, trust, or confidence that produces morals, and psychological conflict within a relationship, amongst individuals, between individuals and organizations. Betrayal, the act of betraying someone or something, or the fact of being betrayed. Violations of a person's trust or confidence of a moral standard. What does this mean to betray someone's trust? We're going to get into that. See, we in the black nation, we got a problem. We don't take our word and make it bond. If my word should fail, I should give my life. See, Allah, brothers is playing with Allah. Whether you believe in him or not, you playing with Allah. So you can't come before the people, ride in on the footsteps of God. And once you get in there and get before the people, then this devil that's in us that we need to cut out, or that jealousy and envy and distrust rises up amongst us. I've been in those situations many times, dealing with brothers and organizations and striving to build a nation, working within an organizational structure. And it always be the brother that's the most committed. It always be that sincere brother. It ends up being betrayed. You see, we as a people, ever since we've been here, we've been betrayed one after another. Everybody got betrayed, the black people in America. Most of this hand-picked leadership, we've been completely sold out over and over and over again. They're always coming before the people. Well, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. We're moving this away. And the people are looking for righteous leadership. We got betrayed in the last election. We got betrayed when they slipped us on that good ship Jesus, brought us here to Jamestown, Virginia. We got betrayed when Barack Obama went to the White House. We've been betrayed by good old Jesse and Al Sharpton. Whole list of brothers that go on and sisters go all the way down the line. Now we as a people have taken on those same characteristics. We don't think nothing about betraying one another. We don't think nothing about lying to the people. That's why we got the goat mixed in with the sheep now. The sheep is easily led. But we got the goat mixed in with the sheep. Pretending. We're not used to success. We don't even know how to accept success. I've seen brothers, what they think they have is power. When the people started paying attention to you. When the people start setting you up on a pedestal. When you have the women start to look at you differently. When you have control over people's livelihoods. In a lot of cases, you have almost the power of life and death. But the key is what I look for. Can you handle your rights? Can you control your ego? Can you control your envy? Can you work together in an organized manner, even when you don't agree on everything? See, because we don't put anything before us. We never keep Allah out front. It's always about me, my, and I. I've been in an organization, people wonder, brother, why are you still working with these people? Because I didn't come in there for them. Allah sent me to do a job. And if we let our personal feelings always come into play, when things don't go our way, we want to back out the door. And there's so much that I could go into about us as men. We get out here pretending for the people, but we can't hold it down. I've been in situations, brothers that made mistakes. It wasn't my damn mistake, but I had to pay the price right along with them. I've been in a situation where I've been called in to come all the way across country to help build up the fruit. I'm doing my job. I'm good at what the hell I do. After a while, you start to know some brothers that get to whisper. But I'm a very highly perceptive and trained up observer. Don't miss very much. And they see the brothers start to give you a little bit more favor, give you a little bit more attention, because you're the one that's in front of them, got their ear. But your intention is not the same with that brother on the side that's looking at you, thinking you try to take a damn position. My position is with Allah, and the person of Master Prophet Muhammad, and the last and greatest messenger, most honorable Muhammad, Elijah Muhammad. Yeah, you building up an army, righteous men. Brother been out there in the damn mud. Didn't know thee from the same damn word. They ain't know how to put on a suit. Get cuffs and hands put in your pants. You wear them like you wearing some damn skinny jeans. That ain't the way you dress. Never wore a necktie in their life. Never put a suit on. Never knew how to yes sir and no sir. Never knew how to walk upright. They didn't have the knowledge of self. Wasn't even taking care of their own damn families. When they get back home, start taking care of their families, being clean cut, learning how to be on time, teaching a brother how to soldier, all the self-defense, discipline, and self-control. Show a brother how to get in motion, start building, open up businesses, going after $1 million contracts, bringing them in. And you got some brother, all they want to tell you what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad said. The message said this, message said that. Some brothers use that in the wrong way. I never go against the teaching of Elijah Muhammad, but you got to show me this is what the message said. But this jealous and envy sets in amongst black men. But you all in front of the people, like we all together. But in your mind, don't get a couple dollars. Start coming in. I seen brothers putting it in, working 12, 14, 16 hours a day, every day. You let some sister come in, put a red dress on, sweet talk you in the office. You look up, excuse my language. See, you buying your brother a car that's been in the field with you, working hard, and now you catering to a woman and she talking to you against the brothers. I seen all of this. I seen Negroes to come in. Here's a brother been in that building with you, helping you put this together. Here's a Negro coming in talking talking bad about your captain or your lieutenant. Say, I'm not that type of individual. You can't come to me and talk to me about my brother. Hold on, partner, now you got something to say. Let's go get this brother. And you damn sure can't make no threatening remarks. So I done dealt with all of this. I done had brothers say, why come he ain't dead? I don't wish death on nobody. The same brothers dead as a doornail now. Got murdered. Well, you have to be careful what you say and do today. See, I know the divine law. That's why I strive to be upright. I ain't perfect by a long shot. But I strive to do the works of Elijah. And the reason I do that, because I know Allah will put that divine hedge around my family. I'll give you an example. Kalimah will be on in a few minutes. And she was heading to the sister class. They had a beautiful class, what I was told. And ran over a tire right there in the damn highway, flat tire. And for the car to stop good, she didn't know what to do. She don't know how to change no tire. But Allah sent that angel to her. You understand? Pulled up. Brother got out and changed the tire. And what I told Cleveland said, he looked pretty handsome. Allah just be letting you know. I got something for you. I got something in store for you. Better than what you think you done lost. This is the works of Elijah. This is the way Allah works. Do good and good come to you. Good thoughts, good deeds. It's the way we got to move on the planet. Your power is limited when you got a devilish mind. Like the old man that was looking for Jesus to teach him how to tune in. Went up to the school, asked the young boys out there, gave him an address for next door to the house. He said, I'm looking for the address of such and such. And the little boy said, well, here he come right now. He's talking about Esau, which y'all call him Jesus. And the old man said, well, I've been looking for you. And he said, I come to teach you how to tune in. He said, I want to teach you how you be able to protect yourself. And see, so he tested Jesus. But 3 days, Jesus learned how to tune in because he had a righteous mind. When you got a devilish mind, your power is limited. We can't give power to a devilish mind. We got devils on the planet to get a gun, try to kill up every damn thing. So he tested Jesus. He said, I want you to read my thought. And so he said his thought out. And Jesus said, Walaikum salam, because he said, Assalamu alaikum, in his mind. And then he said, you know, it's easier to receive a thought than to send one. So Jesus sent the thought. So that means he was ready. And what I'm leading up to is this. So a lot of times, so we're in an environment in the belly of the beast. And in this environment, only thing that's really being projected is evil thoughts. That's why sometimes a thought can run into your mind because it's been sent your way. But the key is to know how to throw it right out. Damn, where that come from? Kicking right out, Allahu Akbar, whatever you got to use. A lot of people know how to project thoughts. You understand? Some people reach that level, and this devil know that art very well. So we got to clean ourselves up, brothers and sisters. We got to get out this cesspool of ignorance and devilishment, black men. We ain't gonna never get our condition changed. Because soon we get out, we start the damn race. Once we get to 10-yard line, we running pretty good. 20-yard line, we run a 100-yard dash. We get 40 meters, we think we done made it. You're running good, you're looking good, people applauding you. But you ain't ready. We little children. We're not committed to the liberation of our people. Committed to your damn selves. Because with this takes sacrifice, is what I'm trying to tell you. We ain't willing to make that sacrifice. We pretend like we are. We ride off the coat, the skirt tails of other brothers. Make all these damn coats. We flash our little gold, our credentials. Well, we can't stand on that square. We can't stay on that square. What's the problem, black man, black woman? We got the women in such bad position. It's the black man's fault now. It ain't the white man's fault because you got knowledge now. What the hell wrong with us? We can't unite. Why is it people always got to come up short? All the damn time. White folks doing it and we doing it too. No, it's getting ready to end, brothers and sisters. I'm going to tell you something. You're going to have to come up off this planet. We got to get more dangerous out here. Brothers, the true soldiers. Mean what to say. We got to stop letting our people get sold out. Period. I don't give a damn who you are. Change got to be brought about. So what I want to do, I'm not going to talk too much longer because I want to set this up. And bring on my beautiful baby daughter, Kalimah, Unisa, because I want to go into the black table. That black table, it ain't no damn table. The black table is the blackness in the depths of the mind. See, brain was given to man in order for Allah to do his will through the brain of the man. We need to get back to the mind of Allah, of God. Whatever name you want to call it, whatever the hell you get through, it ain't nothing but that one. Jehovah and all these names we got, we still talking about that one. That's it. The only other God on this planet right now, besides the Most High, is the devil. And remember this, Allah made the devil. Period. So therefore, he has no power over Allah. Period. He doesn't have any over you if you get up out of bed with it. Well, we love riding in this field with this beast, but we still carry his damn name. We got all his ways. So, Mika, could y'all bring Unisa on tonight? Bring her on in. So I got some powerful daughters. I got Shawada, I got Vaisha, Andrea, Mr. Muhammad. I gave her the name Andrea after my sister, my big sister. She's gone now. Been gone for some time. And actually, my older sister, she died in the hospital. And up in Wisconsin, and she died in a bathtub. How in the hell you die in the bathtub in the hospital? Had a teaspoon of water in her lungs. I had me locked up fighting the case. 2 counts of aggravated battery on the police. So I ain't never been in jail on no BS. So anyway, that night, before I got the call, she came to me that night. And she had this white dress on because she already liked red. She already liked a red lipstick and stuff. She had this red rose on with a white. And she came to me and said, they called me Junior, my mother now. She said, Junior, I'm all right. And she touched me. And showed me how she had died and all that. So the next day, when they came up to the cell block, upper left, and never forget it, and they came to take me down and tell me what happened, I already knew. And of course, I couldn't go to the funeral, but I was good. I didn't grieve or none of that type of stuff because I know my sister came to me and told me she was all right. Understand what I'm trying to tell you? Black man God. We got to learn how to go through these trials and tribulations with a head up, chest out, stomach in. We are at war. There will be no peace until the beast is destroyed, brothers and sisters. Wrap yourself up to go to war with Allah. Wrap yourself up to fight with self is the key. We'll be looking at our reality the wrong way. Ain't gonna be no peace. You're not gonna find that bliss you're looking for right now. This ain't the time we in. The only way you're gonna find that peace is gonna be in war. I know that's hard to understand. But Kalimah, how you doing tonight?
I'm amazing. I've been listening to you speak the whole time, so I'm loving what I'm hearing.
Well, Pop should do the best he can. And every time I come on, I always say my prayer. And I tell Allah, let his words become my words. Because I'm not trying to come before the people to get anything. I ain't trying to look for no accolades. I ain't trying to look for nothing. Because the only applause I need is from Allah. As long as I got him with me, I'm good. I done been through the valley of the shadow of death many, many times. But I'm still standing tall. I'm still in the fight. But I wanted to talk about this word, betrayal. I even heard my son drop something the other day, said I've been betrayed. But I want to tell him that kind of goes along with the territory today. When you're sincere and committed to something of good, that can be in business, that can be in relationships. And the biggest disappointment is the betrayal. And I done been in, when we was at the temple, called me into the office. I'm sharp. And the reason they called me because they was worried about how I'm moving. I'm moving like a guy. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. So I'm going to the office, but I'm seeing the brother sitting on post. And I know this brother don't normally be on post. For what? And I know the brother was strapped. Understand what I'm saying? Y'all gonna put a brother on the strap for Basheer? Where y'all up under protection because of my word and my name? Ain't nobody gonna mess with you. So how y'all figure y'all gonna mess with Basheer? But being sharp enough to recognize the atmosphere before I got there, I was pretty much covered. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, these are things we go through. When you're sincere and committed, you got brothers behind your back trying to find a way to cross you. Because they see something in you they don't see in their damn self. And they worrying about the people, how receptive they're going to be to you, or you going to have too much control over this. I'm not looking for no damn control. I'm just here to do what I'm supposed to do. Just that simple. I've been in a situation they didn't came against my own damn children. Understand? So, I done seen families and women that's committed to their families, to their husbands, or to their man, whatever the hell they may be, or vice versa, and get betrayed. See, I know my children pretty damn good because they my damn creation. Even though the mom mixed them all up, brought them on out. But that seed of life comes from man, through the womb of a woman. And one thing I can tell you about my children, I got some good children. The reason I can say that, because they committed to the uplifting of black people in America. They committed to the teaching the most honorable, humble Elijah Muhammad. They bear witness no God but Allah, who came in the person of Master Fraud Muhammad, the great Mahdi. And I want to speak a little bit about that betrayal because my son put something out there. See, Jibril is a young man, still learning, going through life. But the thing about it is, when you're sincere, when you committed, you leave yourself open for these type of things. Because a sincere, committed person, he's looking at the bigger picture, or she's looking at the bigger picture. She ain't looking at, he ain't looking at what's in front of him. You're looking at the picture that Allah painted for you. That's where you're trying to go. When Allah sends you divine thoughts and you bring it out to the forefront and you bring it to your people or your brothers and your sisters, say, let's move like that. This sounds good. Let's move. But you got to understand, when you start bringing all those minds together and put them in one vehicle, somebody got to drive that damn car. Somebody got to make sure it's maintained. Got plenty of gas and oil in it. Somebody got to know when to change the tire or when to turn the corner. So we all got a job to do. You understand? Well, we don't know how to get the job done because our little sissy egos get in the way. Don't get you a new watch and get you a new suit on. Brother, start moving different now. Don't get you a few dollars in your bank account. Don't get all them damn, what y'all call them, followers. Don't get everybody start paying attention to you. You lose your damn mind. Don't you understand? You ain't did nothing yet. You at the tip of your success. Allah wants to take you all the way to the top, but he wants to see if you can handle it, fools. Every time the people get behind it, we go messing it up. Don't know how to keep it together. You go betraying one another. Boy, I'm telling you, boy, I sometimes wish I just, I ain't gonna say, I wish I could slap the hell out of somebody and make some damn sense in your heads. Understand? But, you know, real is a sincere, committed brother. And I'm not just saying that because of my son, because I call it like I see it. If he was a net computer, I'd call it like that. If he's called a damn problem, I'm going to call it like that. Understand? But black men can't work together. And you got Allah all in the mix. But it ain't about Allah, it's about you. Well, God ain't in the picture. I don't give a damn what religion is. We're supposed to be able to work together. Period. So I guess I'll take a drink of this water and we're going to get on to the black table. That water good. Ain't nothing like some good water. This ain't no gin and juice in this cup. That's a good old H2O. Hell, I get high drinking that water. You understand what I'm talking about? So, Kalimah, what I want to do, sweetheart, is that, see, I got my own perspective on this, on the word betrayal. But what I want to do, I want to bring it full circle tonight. Because there's a lot of ladies sitting in this audience tonight as well. And a lot of us feel betrayed in some type of way, if it ain't from our parents, our brothers, our sisters, our friends, what have you, our husbands, a significant other. We need to understand what's really going on amongst us because it's a disease that's been put in us. See, we didn't never move like this before. 6,000 years before this, we didn't move the way we moving now. We're not the same black people. Before we were brought over here, we're a different human being now, other than ourselves. So what I want to do is a betrayal with the act of betraying someone or something, or the fact of being. Hold on, you get this big boy. Gotta get it. I'm back. I had to kill a big old giant spider, y'all. I guess Allah sent me another sign. Allah let me know don't play with him tonight, Basheer. He's going a little too soft on me. I heard you, Allah. I'm coming right back at you. And it says, what does it mean to you, Kalimah? What does it mean to betray someone's trust?
Mm.
Can you elaborate on that from your own perspective?
Absolutely. The first act of betrayal starts with self, because in order to even have betrayal in your external environment, you're creating an act of betrayal to yourself. And what I mean by that is, usually when you're dealing with someone who forms an act of betrayal against you, there are certain signs that you're missing that a person is doing. And it's a subconscious sign, it's things that are not in alignment with your true self. So, your true self, and I'm really going into the space of a male and female relationship in the relationship
Go ahead
space,
on.
that I've observed is that one thing I know is that God is not the author of confusion. So usually when you get betrayed by someone, there is usually a level of confusion that's there first. And that confusion is something that it's almost like your red flag. That confusion is your red flag in your mind, to where you want something to be a certain type of way. You are seeing things or feeling things, and usually you're in a state of confusion first. But because you're not aligned with yourself, there's usually an act of betrayal that is happening on the outside with a partner. And when I say betrayal, my level of betrayal is different than most people. Most people think that, betrayal relationships go to, um, cheating on someone or texting someone or calling someone. My level of betrayal starts in the mind. I believe that you can form betrayals in the mind that will create an energy against your person based off of what you're thinking in your mind first. For example, for me, when I was married, I took it upon myself to kill that thought of wanting to lust after someone in my mind, because I knew that if I was to allow that thought to occur, then that would be an act of betrayal. But most of us don't go deep enough in ourselves to kill that type of energy that exists inside of us, allowing lust, allowing greed, allowing all of these things that are not in alignment with nature to exist in the mind first, which will create the environment for the betrayal to occur. And that's why nowadays so many of us are, in that space of, I don't want to see him. We a whole different generation. We all on social media looking at other women, looking at other men, lusting after people, creating this space where we know if that person was in our environment, you couldn't like that woman in the sense of touching her or, want to compliment that woman in front of your wife or your husband. So we created a space to where we think certain things are natural, even though, some of us may feel innocent in these spaces. It already started in the mind first, our level of betrayal against each other. Like, there's so many of us in spaces where we're thinking about other men and women in our head first before we even go into the space of the sexual act. We are allowing those things to keep forming to where we think it's okay to, indulge in certain activities in the mind as though they won't create an atmosphere. And what I mean by that is most of us, when we are deeply connected to someone, we become very in tune with their energy. When their energy is not for you and there's something in the mind first, a woman most likely will be intuitive, will pick up on something in the man that he will naturally turn against her in. He will either create a lie, he will stop giving her a certain type of energy or a certain type of love that she's used to receiving. He will stop paying attention to her in some space to where he's usually giving. And that's a space between man and woman that we typically start to conjure based off of the thoughts in our mind, or when we start betraying someone in our spirit, because that's usually when we start to betray people and we don't realize that powerful energy is. Like, everything starts in the mind first. So when you are dishonorable in your mind, when you are, neglectful, when you are distressing, when you are so many things, all of those create an act of betrayal. So before the actual act occurs, it exists here. It's always here. Even when you lie to yourself, for example, if you don't want to be with somebody, even though you're still in the marriage with them, they know that you don't want to be with them because of the energy that they're receiving from you. And that's why it's important for us to be truthful with ourselves, because when you are lying to yourself, you create for the lie to exist, even though you may think, well, I haven't cheated on you yet, or well, I haven't called another woman or another man, or well, I haven't actually done the act. That person on the receiving end usually is in tune with your spirit and your nature, and they can tell that it's not in alignment with them because you are already betraying them in your mind first. And so for me, how I look at betrayal, I look at it as though if I'm in tune with God, I can't deceive God even in my mind, because God sees what's in my mind. And we have to recognize that as God's people, we have that ability to give each other a certain frequency or in the mind first. That's where all things exist, or created and conjured first. And then once outside of the mind, it creates that environment. So that means what betrayal is. Betrayal is many things, but I believe that betrayal is a betrayal of yourself, because it's really a betrayal of your higher self, because your higher self is supposed to be in tune with the law. It's supposed to understand, your higher self. I believe that you have a certain energy that tells you what's right and what's wrong, what's true and what's falsehood. And when you start doing things that are not in alignment with your highest self, you are betraying yourself. And so when you start to betray yourself by, going against yourself in your morals, in your, what is to be good. When we allow ourselves to exist in certain lustful spirits, or allow ourselves to, just become liars, when we allow ourselves to deceive other people or become narcissists, or it can even be simple things, it's what we think is always simple sometimes are the things that are the acts of betrayal of, I was looking at it today of taking someone's information and confidence and telling your other brother and sister when you know that that's not an act that you should allow to occur. This,
Right.
all of these things are acts of betrayal. And the thing about something in the negative, like betrayal, is tends to conjure more of that energy. So even though you think you may be lying to a person behind their back, it's somewhere in their spirit that they can feel that lie. They can feel that lie. I don't, I'm sure all of us know people that we've dealt with in our lives that, you know, it's just something about their character and something about their nature that just doesn't sit right with us. And those are those little signs and those little tidbits of information that we may receive about a person that we just kind of cast off as though we're going to keep allowing that person in space. And for me, I think it's imperative to understand who is in your environment. You know, when we allow friends and lives who gossip about other people, you know what I'm saying? We think those same friends not go gossip about us and be telling all of our business somewhere. That's
Right.
that's those acts, those little acts of betrayal that we do, where we allow certain energy to our space that we know shouldn't be there in the first place. When we go along with the close friend that likes to talk about everybody else's business and kiki and ha ha, as though that's acceptable behavior. But all of those things create an atmosphere around. So what does that say about yourself? You know, like my mom said in my healing group on Saturday, she said, in order to attract honest people and honest relationships, you have to be an honest person yourself. You have to be honest. And a lot of us, I know right now, are in a space to where we are very alone because we've dealt with that energy of having friends and family and people just around us that just are not in alignment with who we're really trying to become. You got to start to become aware of energy, because the more you keep allowing it, the more it attracts to you. And the reality is, your internal environment creates the external environment around you. So when you're suffering pain and traumas and all of these things, it usually forms in people. You know, you get the person that's always battling with you, that always has an attitude, that's always unkind, that's always lying about something or stealing or something like that. Usually an indicator that you're dealing with something inside yourself, where you're betraying who you truly are to accept people and to allow people into your life for the sake of just allowing them to be there. And for the sake of male and female relationships, women, and you know, when I speak about women, I can only speak about women because I am a woman. I don't like to speak
Right.
to me, say what a man does, because I'm not a man. I can only observe men. You know what I'm saying? But as a
Well,
woman,
you can say what a man does in a way, not to cut you off, because see, we all have experience with one another.
right,
And sometimes you can speak on the man because we have interaction with one another, and we all been betrayed by one another to some degree.
right,
You understand? And then the only thing you can speak on, that's what you know,
exactly,
so to
exactly.
speak. You know what I mean?
But what I was about to say about male and female relationships, another form of betrayal that a woman does to herself is allowing a man to become her God. You know, when she knows her higher self and she knows she's allowed a man to enter into her life who is not leading her to God, that is an act of betrayal to herself. And of course, that becomes an act of betrayal to God. And so God will, once you make a man your God, God tends to allow that man to turn on you and his energy, because he was never supposed to be your God. He was supposed to be the thing that led you guys leading each other to God. And so I just know that that type of space exists in so many women, to where, you know, we think we can make men men. You know what I'm saying? We think we can change him and make him this better person. And we do have an ability as a woman to, you know, help to comfort a man. But intuitively, we see when he isn't in alignment with God, because that's the only reason why we truly want to be with the man, is because we want to see the God in him. But when his self is taking away from our higher self, then we start to betray ourselves for the sake of our loneliness, for the sake of our inner trauma. thought was love, because a lot of the times what we deem as love is not really love. It's not true love. It's not real love. It's not a love that God would want us to have in our lives, because we are giving out what we think is love based off of our lack of love for ourselves. Um, but yeah, I mean, betrayal is betrayal is such a big word, because betrayal is in so many spaces of the mind. And the reality is, many of us as Black people, many people are betraying ourselves for the act of betrayal with others. We are not in the line of our true nature anymore. We have allowed certain levels of our inner enemy to exist. It's like an enemy in the mind telling you to exist in two different spaces at once. You ever seen people who, they are really good and maybe brotherly or sisterly in one space, but then they're terrible to their children and how they treat their children, or how they may treat their mother. It's like, we have these spaces where we're really making it with ourselves. We're not being true to who we truly are. And so when you got two people, when you have a person who is trying to exist in natures, their higher self and their lower self, they're betraying their higher self. And so they become like an enemy to their self. They don't know who they truly are. They're walking around the world. That's why many of us are existing in levels of depression and stress and anxiety and so many things, because a part of our nature is trying to get us in accordance with God, but our lower self allowing us to just act recklessly, and to just, be these people that we know we're not supposed to be. Because truly, and honestly, I don't even know sometimes if we know that we're because we're choosing to be these people who can lie uncannily, and continuously lie as though the lies don't catch up to you, you know?
That's
Um,
true.
it's just like existing in the nature of God and the devil. It's like, how such a liar, but then when you show your face to other people, you trying to be a saint at the same time. You can't exist as a liar and then exist as a person who's trying to do good in the world and think that it's going to fit the same person. It doesn't exist that way, because you're really betraying yourself by allowing yourself to continuously act in a nature that's important supposed to be. Um, so betrayal, betrayal for us, I don't think we understand how powerful it is, because once you betray yourself, you really lose yourself, and you got to dig yourself out of this great mental grave that you allowed yourself to lock into. Because the more you keep doing it, even when you think that, giving to people and constantly giving to people who don't give back to you and who don't truly want to give back to you, is you betraying yourself, because somewhere you lost yourself always giving from an empty cup. And then you realize you created an environment where those people are not going to pour into you. They just know that you're the person to pull on, to take. And so when you start allowing yourself to exist in the space, you're not going after what you truly are, your purpose in this life is, and the things you truly want to do, because you're exhausted and you're always getting from a space of empty. And so now, even emptiness, even with that, tired energy that you didn't gave, because I've existed in a space, where I'm always one who people call on, and constantly I'm like, well, I'm exhausted. And then it got to the point where I'm like, I want to give, but I really don't want to give. I'm really like tired of giving. And so now, once you give someone an exchange of something with the mind that you truly don't give to them, that puts an energy on what you just gave to them. So it creates a destructive environment inside of yourself, because now it creates conflict. And now you become confused in your nature, because you're like, I truly like to give because that's the type of human being I am. But if I keep giving to people and pouring out from myself, and I never get that reciprocated energy, then it's like you betraying yourself now. Now you didn't gave it all away, and now you can't pour it back into yourself and do your duty and what you're supposed to do, because now you didn't got to a space to where you're angry now. You're feeling everybody's just using you, but truly it's not everybody using you. It's allowing yourself to be used. You see what I'm saying? Like, and that's why, you know, that's why it's so important for self-love and self-accountability and all of these things, because the first act of betrayal is usually, it's not what other people are taking from you, it's what you're allowing to. People can't take really, unless someone came from you in the sense of, as a woman or wrestling or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Time you're giving these exchanges of energy, you're allowing a liar to exist in your life. You're allowing somebody to take from you or to be in your space. And you're only allowing it because your mind hasn't caught up to the thought of that they're doing it in the first place, because you've allowed that energy to exist because you created another God outside of God. And so, and when that happens, Allah usually tests you. He tests you with people. He gonna keep testing you with the pain. He gonna keep testing you with the struggle to deal with these people, because you gotta recognize you've made a God outside the true God. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But you can go more into that space if you want.
Well, that's why I broached the subject that we got to become the rulers of self. The only way we gonna kill this, because this betrayal brings about a lot of things that are not good for us. And people, it's easy to live in the lower self because you haven't been taught how to reach the higher self, that divine place that exists within all of us. And it's dangerous in many ways as well, especially amongst men. It says, how does betrayal affect you? The effects include shock, loss, grief, morbid, preoccupation, damaged self-esteem, and self-doubting, and last but not least, anger.
Anger.
All these things is caused by betrayal in some form or another. But the hard part to me, the most cold part about is once you're betrayed, a lot of these things are hard to let go. Like you stated, when you giving the best of yourself to a situation, and you got some damn fool that don't see that divine energy that's coming and that's around you, because, like I say, when you upright, a lot of times you leave yourself vulnerable because we live in the belly of the beast. And the devil is always looking for the righteous. He traveled the earth to and fro, looking to manipulate and conquer the righteous. He ain't looking for that little devil. He already got it. He already put you in his back pocket. I got another question for you, though. Why is betrayal so painful?
You just said many things.
Why is betrayal so painful?
Can you hear me?
There's 19 keys in there. That's why I hope you come in tonight, son. Go ahead, on Cleveland.
You just said a lot of things when it came to that definition that you used, about like the type of pain that can exist with a betrayal. Like you become, what's one of the words I'm looking for? You become insecure. You become a doubtful individual. And just speaking on a woman's, when a woman is betrayed in a relationship, and this goes for a man as well, because I've heard, I've studied betrayal in relationships, and betrayal can break the spirit of a woman. When a woman is trying to love a man with her true self and what she deems is her true love, and she's trying to instill that and trying to build her family, that type of betrayal can not only allow her to doubt herself, but it can make her not ever give that type of love in a relationship again. That's why so many women and don't know how to give in the new relationship, because they've been so broken, because what they thought was their true love of them trying to truly give, it wasn't received. And not only was it not received, it was betrayed, especially if it's betrayed in the act of breaking that relationship with a new person as though that person was better. A woman becomes so insecure in herself because what she deemed was love, that she thought was love from God, was broken. And so that's why us betraying each other in our families, in our marriages, when Minister Louis Farrakhan said, when a man walks away from marriage, he's walking away from God. And that's a very powerful statement, because we don't understand in these marriages that it is truly a spiritual warfare. All of these thoughts that are implanted inside of your mind for you to want to go astray, or for you to want to think that there's something better or some woman that's better, you could be, it's so many thoughts that can get entangled inside the mind. But we got to be mindful that we are dealing with people. We are dealing with people that come from their own set of traumas, that come from their own set of, ideas of what they think relationships are. They're coming with their love, and they're coming to give spaces, and you can literally break somebody's spirit where they never want to give in a relationship again. And why I feel it's so important for men to be women is because when you put that energy onto a woman, you not only put it onto her mind, you put it onto her womb. And so that energy exchange can go inside the womb, whether she goes and have your baby or not. She's going to carry if she doesn't allow herself to heal from that. And so what we're doing is creating another broken generation that already has the mind implanted to them that we're no good people, or that we don't know how to love, or we don't know how to build, because we have been existing in marriages and in spaces where we're truly trying to love each other, but because we're distracted by what the enemy is putting around us, or we're distracted by our lower self, we don't even truly see people. We don't even truly see when they're trying to be they're trying to give from their heart. And when a person gives from their heart and you break that trust, because it's trust that we're breaking. And when you break trust for somebody who sealed that energy, when somebody marries you or in a relationship, they're usually creating a bond that they think is a bond for life. And so when you seal that, when you break that trust, and he also said, man gets that trust broken. When a man gets that trust broken by a woman with another man or in his home, that type of brokenness can cause us to go crazy. It can cause us to lose that faith. It can call us to kill somebody, for allowing someone to be inside of your space or in your relationship. So, that energy, it doesn't go anywhere. It just transforms into a new space. And we got to be so mindful of what we're doing, because when you allow that energy to exist, it's like it almost becomes like a curse, And when you allow it with a woman, because we birth we birth life into existence, she will impart that into her child. You know what I'm saying? She will literally manifest that same energy into the womb. So what does that mean to you if you allowed a woman to be broken. You don't try to heal it. You don't try to correct it. And then she has children later on with that same broken mindset that we just keep manifesting into existence. So how do you think Allah gonna deal with you when you've allowed a woman to just exist in her brokenness? Because men have an ability to lead a woman. You know, if you lead a woman, if you lead yourself and you lead yourself to Allah, you can lead that woman. That's the only way you lead a woman. That's truly the only way a man can lead a woman, because the creator created the woman. And so when he allowed the man to exist, he created the woman for her. He created the woman for the man. So she was created to bring balance to the. And so when a man is going after learning his creator self and his God self and his higher self, then a woman will follow a man anywhere that he leads her. Just like Mary of Magdalene, who was, deemed as a prostitute, as a whore. And most people nowadays will look at her as though she was, in her lower self. But the only reason why she followed Jesus is because she saw him as a man of God. So a woman will go anywhere a man leads her as long as he is leading her to God. And
Well,
that's why, he has to understand his role and his nature. And why so many relationships are failing now is because the woman is like, I want you to lead me to God. And if you can't lead me to God and you only leading me to your lower self, energy is going to multiply, and a woman is eventually going to want to walk away from that space because it's not in alignment with what she was put here to be. And so, we got to be very careful because we are creating bloodlines with these acts of betrayal. And so just know, when they say the sins of the father, the sins of the mother, we creating this space. And we got to be very, intentional with what we're creating, because we don't understand how powerful we are. As a woman, in my spaces, in my marriage, when I was dealing with it, I had to go into myself and pray over the womb of my child so that I wouldn't manifest any energy against, my vengeance, because I just knew what was existing in my mind. And I had to be very careful and very delicate with what I said to my child and what I thought, because that's how powerful the mind is, especially the mind of a woman. And so, an act of betrayal can create an army of enemies against us. It furthers that lineage of betrayal. So, I just wanted to say that because we not understanding how powerful, our spirit is, our mind, and how, when we go against ourselves, we are manifesting other things into existence around us, into our children, into ourselves, into our environment. And so those relationships that we are forming, man and woman, and with our children, we got to be very careful, because we can literally manifest our enemy on the outside. And that's what we're doing when we're
well,
betraying. We
thoughts
create
become
more of
things.
it.
Thoughts become things. What you think will manifest itself on the
Absolutely.
outside. That's the power of the mind. And I seen Jabril came in. I hope he come back in, because I really want him to come in tonight anyway and expound on whatever he needs to say. But we got so much work to do amongst ourselves, and we got to come to a better understanding who each and every one of us really are.
Absolutely.
And what I mean by that is that we are very, very powerful beings. And if you just take the woman alone by herself, you start looking at the woman, because woman, the woman today, most women do not know themselves. And what I mean by that, yeah, you can have a baby, but do you really know your power? See, women have some. See, I'm learning a lot of these things as I grow through time. Women have a lot of healing power. And I think men come into relationships too early now. I think we get in relationships not even knowing what the hell we doing. We get in relationships not even knowing woman well enough to bring the best out of her. We're supposed to bring the best out of one another. But the man is supposed to establish the protocol. God, man, woman, and children in that order. The women have been so far taken away from themselves because we're dealing with all this. You're dealing with all of these things: stress, anger, low self-esteem. So you never get a chance to test yourself. You never get a chance to say, I'm a mother of all civilization. So therefore, I know I've been blessed with certain abilities. Unrealized Muhammad said, if you got a good woman, you got 1 foot in heaven. But see, a woman is a healer as well. And I'll give you an example. Like I said, I noticed quite a bit. And I refer this to my son, the Asian one. We went and checked on him, and so when his mother came in, she was talking to someone else, but I could feel the energy that he wanted from his mother. But she didn't catch it then. She said, woman got abilities she ain't aware of. So we talked later on that night. I say, Asian one really wanted you to hug him. Now, being a man, I know how men travel through life, how we travel through life. And some of us, we travel alone. Because we have no one that really understands us in a lot of ways. Even myself. Sometimes I like being by myself because I can be my damn self. I ain't got to worry about what nobody don't like what I said, or I didn't say it the right way, or this, that, and another. Well, let me be myself. It's not harming anyone. And so sometimes we miss our ability, that divine ability that women have. Where a man travel, he's just alone. Sometimes if your mother alive, you will call her. And you don't call her with your problem. You just call just to hear her voice. And sometimes your mothers are so tuned into their children. And your voice sounds normal. You normally talk the same damn way you talk to everybody else. But that woman can pick up on your vibrations. You said, damn, I wonder how she caught that. It must be something on your mind. What's going on? Understand? And sometimes, that woman, all you need is just that hug, that transfer of divine energy, of true love that goes into you. That can take you a long way. That takes a man a long way, whether you know it or not. Women have such innate divine ability to heal. We all have that ability. We also have that ability to bless one another. But we've been taken so far away from our natural state of being that all we able to concentrate on is all the wrong and hurt that's been put on us. We don't have the space where we can clear all that out. So where you can really sit back and analyze yourself and start looking at the good and the gifts that we have. How you think a mother can bring a child and ain't got the gift to heal? How you think a mother can bring a child onto the planet don't have the ability to bless? You bless them every day, whether you know it or not. But the thing that bothers me, especially when it comes to my own children, is that I don't like to see my children misused and mistreated, period, at all. I know you claiming to be a good, upright sister. Any man in his right mind, if he's an upright man, would love to have a woman like you. A lot of times men reject women like you because you force them to get on the damn square. Sometimes you be that mirror. It's a lot of times it ain't about changing the man. It's about showing the man how to make himself into a God. A lot of brothers come into situations, not good providers, protectors, and maintainers. A lot of us come in lazy, niggardliness, don't want to put the work in. So when your woman give you a little edge, you might reject it. But then she starts showing you the little steps and keys, and you got enough sense to start listening. And when she help you get down that road and put you in that position, then you started recognizing what she was trying to show you in the first place. So now we can become Mr. Big Head, Potato Head. Now we get to filling our oats now. Now I got a bank account. Feeling pretty good about myself now. Shit, I pay my bills. I go out here, I got my credit up. I go out here and do a little refinancing. Now I can start living out some of them dreams I've been had buried deep inside and I've been wanting to do all this time. Now I get me a little business going. Hell, I'm doing pretty good now. Now when it come all the distraction, now you got other people over telling you how good you are and what a great businessman is and he is. But you done gave a woman's children. Everything over here looking shiny. Stepping home ain't looking so good no more. Why? Because that's that little boy mentality. See, men don't do that. Ain't no man really wanna break his family up. You'll stay there and sacrifice as long as you possibly can, and that's what the hell you want to call it. Because it's something that's bigger than you. You understand what I'm trying to say? It ain't about me, my, and I. I done seen it too many times. Where we take a boy and he equates his manhood with things. He equates his manhood with so-called success. There's a lot of punks that's successful today. There's a lot of punks putting on skirts today. You understand what I'm saying? So when you give all that you have to give, and you know you right, then you got to let it go. Because the Lord got something better for you. When men come into situations, and when you fully committed, but you always got somebody in the circle looking for fault, trying to bring in disruption, because they have an ulterior plan. See, we moving on God-like mind. Everybody on that mind is what I'm trying to say. Everybody don't want freedom, justice, and equality, peace, love, and happiness. They say it, but they ain't walking that walk. Some people are not even ready to be successful. Some people are not able to attain power because it makes them drunk, just like you drinking on some gin and juice. You understand? And you ain't had but a shot of it. Suppose you got a whole glass full. You would kill your damn self and everybody around you. That's why we can't unite. And if we can't unite in the home, how are we going to unite outside the home? How are we going to unite in business? How can we grow and develop? That's all we doing throughout the black community is betraying one another. From the outhouse to the jailhouse. That's all that's going on in the black community. Betrayal after betrayal after betrayal. But every damn body in front of the people talking about this, that, and another. But do it your damn self first. You understand? So what I want to do though, I'm gonna shut that down. And I see we got this 19 key. Let me put my glass on. There he is. What's Salam alaikum, Brother Jabril? Can you hear me? Jabril, speak up, brother. You hear me, soldier? Make
There
get
you
him in
go.
there.
Okay, I can hear you now.
All right, assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing tonight?
Man, I'm amazing, man. I was just sitting in here soaking up you and Kalimah in here, breaking down all of these mental gems and jewels for the people.
That's right, brother. That's why I got on here tonight. But this whole subject kicked off tonight, though, brother. I'm gonna tell you because you know Pop Keys always got his ears and eyes to the ground, brother. And I know my son. I know you, Jabril. Yeah, you part of me. We one another in a lot of ways. And I know you like me. You're a very sincere and committed brother. You understand? I don't think people can have no finer brother as far as the spirit and the way of Allah and the sincerity that you way you carry and present yourself because you committed to this situation. And a lot of times everybody is not committed the way you are. And that's why you always leave yourself open. We always are vulnerable. But the key is the main protector is always Allah. So I just wanted to hear your words tonight, Brother Jabril. You want to expound a little bit because you see, because the way you can expound, see, I can say it one way, but you got another way of saying things. Understand? That's more elevated and more the word I'm looking for, more connected, where the people can relate to and people listen to you, brother. But there's always a vulnerability when you committed to the job wholesale. Everybody ain't committed the same way. So I just want to, let me put this in. The question was for you, what is the root of betrayal?
Mm.
You get that, brother?
The root of betrayal?
The real?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm going to have to.
The root of betrayal.
Okay.
The
real.
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
You there, brother?
Yes, sir. Can y'all hear me? Right? Kalimah,
All right.
Hear you.
I'm going to ask you this then. I'm going to change the question. Maybe Allah didn't want you to answer that one.
No, I heard you. I don't mind answering whatever question comes.
How do you stop betrayal?
Yes, sir. All right. Hold on. Let me get my screen right. All right, there we go. So, you know, I was looking up some verses in the Quran as y'all was speaking when I seen the subject. You understand me? And one of the verses in the Quran has said, one second. One of the verses in the Quran was chapter 8, verse 27. And it says, O you who believe, do not betray God and the messenger, and do not betray those who trust you, now that you know. And chapter 17, verse 38 say, all bad behavior is condemned by your Lord. And then there's another verse that speaks essentially, as I sum it up, those who betray you, you understand me? And any groups of person that do that, then you have to essentially act on them with the same equal force. Because that's something that's punishable. You understand me? To betray God.
I'm glad you said that too, brother, because that was the key.
I'm gonna dig into this thought a little bit because this year has been a year, definitely a year where I've faced betrayal myself. And
yes, sir.
Being somebody that has faced betrayal, the only reason I could have done that is if somebody had my trust, somebody gave me their word. You understand me? And there was a failure upon that commitment of them giving me their word and me giving me them theirs, or mine rather, and me committing myself to trusting people or a group of people or individual, and them betraying that trust, you understand me, because it was set under false pretense. You understand me? And cheating, hypocrisy, breaking promises, these are all betrayals, right? And then you have some of the worst kind where it's intentional, where a person plots and plans, right? And that's some of the worst because sometimes a person can be hypocritical about their programming. They can't help it because of where they at, right? And some people can cheat based on their lack of discipline, right? and some people can break promises
Some of your sound ain't that good.
because of their lack of power of self. And then other times, a person can plan to betray you. They can
That's
plan
true.
to be loyal for a certain amount of time, and then they can plan to betray you once they have gotten what they wanted to get out of this agreement. And so, you know, once you are dealing with situations of betrayal, Black people specifically, we've all been betrayed. It's in our DNA. You understand me? We speak on the ideas that our ancestors came under here under false pretenses, that they were told that they would receive gold for their labor. You understand me? Or that they would receive some sort of compensation, and they were tricked. And a lot of them, you know, were brought under here under the pretense of betrayal by their own people, right? And some of the easiest ways to be betrayed, the greatest and the most good, morally decent people are betrayed the most. It's because they have the most to be betrayed, because they give the most. Because you go in there and you have such a good heart and you give all of that away because you're going in there.
That's right.
You understand?
That's
with
right.
the idea, vision of how much you're going to do for other people. So therefore, people see that and they take advantage of goodness. You understand me? And there are so many different remedies and situations that can make a people or make any individual that lives in an indecent society that develops indecent morals, right? Money causes betrayal because people have greed.
That's right.
Lust causes betrayal because people don't have control. You know, people want power and it becomes a weakness. Weakness becomes a power for a lot of men because they can't control themselves. The power takes control of them instead of them taking control of the power, right? And then you have ego, because people betray themselves oftentimes when they betraying others. They think they betraying you, but they betraying themselves, right?
That's right.
Because when they do something that goes against someone good, the average person thinks of themselves as good. People don't walk around saying, oh, I'm an evil person, I'm going to do evil to people. We find ways to justify every move that we make, right? So once you realize that, no, I did something wrong to someone who was good, right, then that self-accusing spirit is going to afflict all of that damage right back onto you. And then that energy is going to cause a chaos in your life. And because you're not going to be able to build, you understand me, something that you want to a label or brand as righteous, but you betray somebody who's righteous. So you don't have a foundation to build righteousness off betrayal. This topic that we deal with, I want also people to think about the betrayal that we go through with ourselves, because that's the harshest one. When we don't allow ourselves to see the setup, when we don't allow ourselves to say, you know what, I ignored the signs. You know, when we allow ourselves, we have the thought, I bet this might end like this because of this, but we say, nah, you would go with the flow. Going with the flow can be a betrayal against the God within. Right? You already know what's going to be in the future, but you ignore your own predictions. You ignore the own math, the own formula you see from the reality that's being brought out. So you betray yourself before anybody betrays you, because you often ignore the calculations, the presence, the reality, you understand me, that is about to be brought out. So we have to always look back at self when we're dealing with these ideas of betrayal, because we betray ourselves. So anytime we make a plan we don't stick to, we betray ourselves. Anytime we see something fraudulent, you understand me, but we want it to be better, so we ignore it, we betray ourselves. Anytime we don't study and we have a goal and an idea, we betray ourselves. So betrayal is something that happens to every person that's late, critical, you understand me, lacks discipline, control, has fear. Fear is a betrayal. When you want to speak out something, you want to say something out loud, I don't know if it's to a loved one, to the world, to your platform. You just betrayed that God body within you, that confidence out of you, that part of yourself. You understand me? And so we have to understand, you know, betrayal. You know, how do we redevelop trust within ourselves? Because it's the trust in ourselves that help us make the better decisions, not the trust we have for others. All the time we try to find more people we can trust. No, That's not what I look for. I want to know, how can I get to trusting myself so that I can make better decisions? And the only way I can is if I'm going to do something better next time. I got to go in with a better game plan, a better strategy. I have to go in there with a better heart and a better determination to be able to see it I didn't see at first. And now that I have this mindset about the betrayal, and that's when I trust myself on a high level. Then now I know every decision I'm making, I'm not making from a perspective of greed, naivety, ignorance, arrogance, cockiness, ego. You understand me? So now, you know what? If you believe in that person, I'm operating from all the lessons learned. I know you operate from all of the experience gained. I know you operate from trusting the God thought, your first thought, and going with that mind. Anytime you have the presence of God in your mind. So when I can operate from that, I can trust myself completely. I can allow myself to allow people in my circumference because I know where I'm operating from. But if you are a person that is deeply far, stuck in the trauma, lost within self, you can't trust yourself. And you make from that place, you may be betraying yourself. And then once you make that decision, you may take the blame and point it towards everybody else but yourself.
That's right.
The reality of it is, even if you punish that person, see, even if you think you're giving that person, you still haven't punished the person that truly betrayed you. So you can't get over it until you take accountability. You can't get over it until you deal with the essence of the betrayal. Right? Everything in our reality is from our mind. Anything someone or somebody else has done to us. See, when we sometimes, as a brown nation of people, a black nation of people, well, what about the white man? Well, this is collective spirit. That is a collective energy. You understand? That is a
sound ain't too good.
And we are a nation of people, collective. We can't deal with it as individual. Why are we as a collective allowing another collective to misuse us? So then we realize that we can get past things as if we learn to trust each other. The only way we can defeat any enemy on this planet Earth is if we trust each other. But we every single day, because these are our brothers and sisters we walk past daily. We don't speak to each other. We don't trust each other. We cheat each other. We're hypocritical to each other. We hate on each other. We lie on each other. We kill each other. We murder and prey upon. You know what I mean? In every single way. And we know it that we do these things a lot of times on purpose. Sometimes we have, but we don't always go back to try to right our wrongs. So betrayal should be a word that should be now broadly casted over a lot of different actions. Not when you think an individual doing something against you, but more so when you go into your own God self and you're doing something against self. You understand me? That will rob you of a good quality mind, life, and that comes with peace, focus, and happiness. So anything that robs you is a betrayal. You understand me? And anytime you have a lack of trust within self, lack of God guidance within self, you being betrayed. You understand me? So I don't look at those who have done me wrong. I look at myself for allowing someone to have done me wrong. And now how do I fortify myself so it can't be done again? That's the stage. What was done was done. Now how do we correct it at the root so that whatever happens next will be better?
Well, you know,
that was my
real. That's it. To everybody that's listening tonight, what the people got to understand, especially the betrayers, and for those that's watching. Most of these ignorant brothers out here don't even have a clue that this is bigger than them. These are the days of Allah. Allah is testing everybody today. And sometimes Allah puts you before the people to show you how damn weak you are. And you'll try to come back with a slick conversation. The people ain't dumb. Actually, when you step out here in the name of God, period, and you portray someone in a situation that you say is moving in divine order, anything that you put before the people to move the people forward, I consider to be divine order with the right mindset. But when you portray that, you really ain't betraying that individual. You're really portraying Allah. All you Negroes that say you go to church, quote the damn Bible, saying Allah walk by, you know better. But that's an arrogance that we have because we can brown nose with the devil. Or we can get them Benjamins with them white boys' face on the dollar bill. Or we can go before the people and people look up to you like this. But nigga, you ain't worth a quarter in the eye of Allah. So you're playing with fire. You actually playing with your own death. And the thing about this, though, what brothers don't understand is sometimes Allah won't touch you at all. But he'll kill every damn thing around you that you love. Whew. Understand, Allah is at war today. He ain't playing no more with this here. This will not be allowed to continue on. Allah is on the scene today, done declared war. He say, black man, I done gave you all the keys when I sent my messenger. I still got my minister on the scene today. He said, I still got my little saviors all around the country and all around the world today, dropping seeds into the mind of the original people. He said he come to get the black man in America. But no, y'all want to continue to play with this here, try to trick the damn people. What you doing it for? Some money? Is that how weak you are today? Then the devil say, I get you above, from below, the side, the to and fro. Well, they got you. Sometimes Allah will remove a situation because he got something much better in store. It couldn't go no further. Sometimes you can see things, man, I see so much, man. I don't say too damn much, but I see. Allah done blessed me so well. I know sincere, committed brothers that's out here. I know when a brother is putting everything into it, and then brothers, see, when you start moving out with Allah first, that's the key. That's how you know a brother's sincere. When he moving out just on faith, just on Allah's faith and word alone, and Allah will raise you up and start to bring you up when you put that crown on. That means you had to walk on the square. That means you couldn't be a Negro, period. That means you cannot be a betrayer, period. Because you'll kill your own damn self. Now, if you want to do all of that, you have to take the crown off. See, brothers don't know what they were saying when you walked in front of them with the crown. They say, well, this is a light I want to get next to. Because the light is in the eyes of the people. I know I got enough where if I can get next to it, I can get a little of that shine. I can get me a new suit to go along with that bow tie. Shit, you understand? People call my name now. But what was you doing before the light of Allah coming to your being? You wasn't doing a damn thing. You're still running around them damn cornfields of Kentucky, if you understand what I'm saying. Boy, this situation, I done reached the point, man. I'm tired of niggas. Period. I done reached the point to where hell, I can become as dangerous as I want now, but I done already lived. But I'm gonna tell you this, Muhammad's, we ain't nothing to play with. Period. I'm gonna just tell y'all this tonight. Do not keep playing with Muhammad. I ain't in particular talking about myself, because Muhammad represents. I don't think you can lay hands and lay a hand on anybody's head in this family without repercussions. We dangerous. Why we dangerous? Because Allah backs us. Period. So all, like the minister say, all you scared Negroes, get the hell out the way and let the guys get the job done now. These are the days of the guys to get the job done. And the job will get done. You all set yourself to the sideline. You're through now. Only way you can make amends, you have to atone to yourself. Go back and clean your mind and your heart, your spirit, and your soul up, Negroes. Quit representing God when you're representing the devil, because you carry him in your heart. But you use the word God. Well, they do that in the church house when they're bending over. Enough is enough. This happens too many times, over and over and over again. Niggas can't get it together, but God's can. We got to be a little bit more choicey now in the people we deal with. Because everybody ain't ready for this job to be done. Everybody ain't on the same mission. Some people just want money. Some people just want fame. And some people just want the girls. But nigga, the devil give you that all day long. Nigga, the devil give you that all day long. Negroes, niggas, if you don't want freedom, justice, and equality, peace, love, and happiness for your people, then get the hell out the way. Because we got too many people out here fronting now. I see them all over the damn place. I mean, all over. In front of the eyes of the people, like they really for the people. Then all you got to do is follow the money. Who's sponsoring you? Who's really supporting you? Running around with your damn book bags and stuff. So, what? The hell with your book bags. That's a nice thing to do. But the only reason they do it to be seen like they're doing something. That's the only reason. Well, if you really were doing something, then you would do like the brother that Jabril sold the crowd to up here in Georgia somewhere that opened up a school for young men. Why would you betray a brother that brought the idea to your dumb self? I understand why you do it. Because someone's narcissistic, jealous, and envy. You just got that little sugar in you. And the only reason you don't put the skirt on, you just don't come out the house with it on. But you're wearing your wife's panties. You got a skirt on at home. You're putting on the lipstick in the mirror. You understand? And you could be bending over. You might as well be bending over because the devil knocking you off wholesale. So I say to you brothers, I say the same damn thing to your face. Get the hell out the way. These are the days of Allah. This is the day where you decide what side you're going to come down on. Allah's just showing everybody now. This is the day of decision. When you make the wrong decision, it's over with. What I mean by that, we don't mess with you no more because you already made your choice that the bed that you're going to sleep in. I'd rather ride with the devil because you think he's going to live forever. The devil is through black people. Only way it sits now is in the mind of the black man and woman. Allah is trying to show you to kill the devil on the inside. Allah said, I'm going to destroy this beast, period. But Allah is trying to get black people in America because we are his choice. He wants you to kill the devil. Why do you think he gave us the story of Yaqub? Fools, to let you know what we got inside of us. How the hell you think Allah is going to destroy the devil on the outside and let him live in us? You got to be a damn fool. I don't care what God you say you believe. If you say you believe that Jesus, that the one that the white boy gave you, or you believe in Allah, the Spirit of God, that the so-called Orthodox Muslim got, or do you believe in the Mahdi, Master Farad Muhammad? Oh, you don't want to believe in that little brother from Sanderville, Georgia, because it's too much you have to do to correct yourself, niggas. This ain't the time to be playing. This is the time to get serious, brothers and sisters. I'm just telling you like it is tonight. Understand? Because the time is short now. We got to start building right away. Well, Allah done gave us all the instructions. He done told us how he going to end this world. He done gave the promise to the black man and what he going to do for us. He said he come to get us in America. But we got to be redeemed. We got to be resurrected. All the ones I'm looking for, those that want to be resurrected. Some of you don't. Some of you want to ride next to the light. You understand? Think you're going to ride off into some success. Build your house. I pray that Allah bring those earthquakes and shake it all the way down to the ground. Keep riding y'all butts in these planes. May Allah bring them all to the ground. If you ain't with Allah today in the person of Master Muhammad, then Allah, whatever there will be, kill them all. Yeah, we better off without them. We might be able to get to, y'all still running around here in the devil's name. Don't even want to change your name. Allah say, ain't none of those going into the hereafter. Ain't none of them damn degrees you got going into the hereafter, brothers and sisters. Think about these things that's coming. Allah said, it ain't going to be no more rulers over the people anymore. With all this damn corruption on the masses of the people. And we all belong to Almighty God Allah. But we're direct descendants of the Creator right here in America. We all been betrayed. We still betraying one another. Hell, long live Muhammad. I'm not here playing with you. Hell, I ain't trying to get no follower because all I need is that one. All I need to follow is Allah and the person of Master Muhammad, last and great. That's all I need, brothers and sisters. Understand? So I'm going to tone that fire back down. Let y'all get back to your little ease. You understand? But we on the road to liberation now. You can take it or let it alone. And that's all. Don't play with us. That's all I'm telling you. Don't play with my damn family, period. I'm letting you know. I got soldiers all over this damn place, whether you know it or not. And I calling them tippy-toe soldiers. They be done tipped up on your ass and it be the good night, Irene. Whichever way you want it. Yeah, I'm talking that talk tonight. Just letting you know, we ain't nothing to be played with. And if you think I'm playing, just keep trying. Understand? That's all. I ain't threatening nobody. I'm just telling you the way it is. That's it. All these old slick ass phone calls you be making and all that old damn stuff, trying to feel somebody out. Don't let the brother go out the country and then make you move. Little old pump moves. Period. That's all I'm going to say to you. I'm going to tone down because the guy that got my baby here today. But hell, she more dangerous than me. Yeah. I got one sitting at home that Vaisha. That's the way. Them girls more dangerous than us. I'm gonna tell you this story. My phone might run out a little bit, but I remember we was down in Oakland. Real just left Oakland. Hell, we went to the hotel. They was at the hotel down at the Marriott. And they done stole my baby's bag and my daughter's bag and stuff. Now I go get security. I'm trying to do things protocol. You know who got it in this room over here. I go get security. They can't get the job done. They moving weak. Oh, I mean, we getting these damn bags. One in a wheelchair, you got two brothers, whatever the hell it was. So I had to make a phone call and show a little force. Knocked on that door. You ain't got long to put that damn bag back out here. We got the bag. So once we went on downstairs in the lobby and stuff, and I guess they came down check it out. I don't know. But by the time I'm thinking everything settled and stuff, I pull off. Hell, I get a call. They died in that fight. My daughters done went to war with these sisters. The Brill was there. He had to slap one or two. You understand what I'm saying? But we fight for freedom. We fight for what's right. You understand what I'm saying? There ain't no punks in this damn family. You don't see me walking around with a bunch of damn security. Allah is my security. You understand? If I put all that black on, you can't see me coming anyway. Just tell you like it is. So, Kalimah, how you feeling there tonight? Huh?
Amazing.
I go to all of them. I go to all of them. Ain't no need to go mistreat my babies and walk planet Earth either. So be careful how you mess with them. It's a Pop Keys talking tonight. These type of fathers you supposed to have. You supposed to back our family. Period. So just be careful. That's all I'm saying, how you mess with us. That's all. Pop Keys got to put it like it is. I got to tell it like it is. I ain't nobody tough or nothing, but shit, I don't mind trying. That's all. A lot of brothers bigger and stronger than me, but I don't mind trying. But I don't take buck whipping my damn self. Got to kill me. Tell you this last story. You know, and I remember when I was moving, when I was a youngster, about 10, maybe 11, and I just mind my own business. I wasn't no follower. Brother riding around those big old bikes with little tails and all that old crap on. Man, I ain't riding around town on no damn bike, pumping up all these damn hills and mind my business. They want to go do this stealing. Man, that ain't my thing. You know, I just took care of myself, mind my own business, did my own thing. So one day we up at the field and stuff. Them niggas put me in about 5 of them, man, jumped on me. Bust Basheer up a little bit. My eyes all black and shit, but I walked away. I wasn't crying though. So next day, me and my grandpa, he walked with me down the hill. He said, don't even worry about that. He said, just go and wait till your eye go down. And he said, you know what to do. Get that butt one by one. And that's what I did. I got all of them except that one, that instigator. And I still think about his black behind today. Called him Peach. Understand? I got every last one of them. Bust them all up. But I never got a chance to catch up with Peach. Somehow he got away. Nigga ended up going into the church, being a deacon. Might be a preacher. No, I don't know. If I see him today, I had to think about it. I might do something to him. Because you know why? Because there was no reason for you all to attack me, only because of jealousy and envy, because I wasn't no damn follower. Understand what I'm saying? And when I think about it, most of all them brothers dead. I guess Allah still got Peach on the seed for me to catch up with him. That's all I'm trying to say. We ain't playing about this no more. So y'all be careful out here. You know, and I just love my family and I'm a supporter and back them the best way I can. Understand? We all should support one another in good. Period. You know, and use people's names and you do wrong. We ain't playing that, man. Duke the people and stuff, but you want to use people's names to put you out there, then you want to cross the people as well? Hell no. You keep on, I put a prayer of destruction on your partner. They ain't got to touch you. Well, I'll take you off the scene. Run around here, you be around here with 4 heads. 12 eyes and no eyes at all won't be able to speak. You can't play with Allah today in the person Master Prophet Muhammad. You can't play with his servants. Those that striving to do right, man or woman. All you got to do today, brothers and sisters, is strive to do the right thing. Give you an example. Three of them met on Monday and put a class together on Saturday. Was it successful, Kalimah?
Absolutely. It was beautiful.
It was
It
beautiful.
was not gonna ask for.
Anything you strive to do of good, you're going to be successful. Get out of that niggly stuff. You understand what I'm saying? How in the hell you going to cross my family? All my family is doing is trying to help the people. Basheer ain't on here tonight, but I told him about the class. All my children are striving to do good, reaching out to the people. You should love this family. They bringing something to the table for the people. But I'll be damned if I let you use them. That's not going to happen. You've been warned. They ain't giving them a one warning because that's all Allah tell you. One time, show that mercy, but that's it. Keep on. So don't none of you know where the hell I lay my head at, period. It ain't hard to find your butt at all. You don't put every damn thing on social media. You understand what I'm saying? So, that's all I really want to say tonight, man. But I want to bring this out front because it's time to stop playing with it. And I know 19 Keys is a good man. And he's striving to do what's right. He's young, he's vibrant. He started learning and growing. Everybody should be trying to aid and assist people like this so we can all grow together because one eat, you all gonna eat. Y'all eating right now. You ain't got to sell no drugs and none of that foolishness. You ain't got to sleep with that pillow on the stand, with that pistol on the stand, up under your pillow. Understand what I'm saying? Because you're doing that good work. When a nigga do wrong, he paranoid now. He walk out the door, he peeping, make sure ain't nobody sitting on. You ain't doing what's right. So that's all I want to say. You understand? And anybody got anything they want to say, go ahead on and say it. I just want to put it out there tonight. Pop Keys ain't playing.
I appreciate
Period.
it. Thank
Don't
you.
play with mine. Shit.
Thank you for that,
Sir?
I want to say for all of those that's in here, feedback on you all that's here right now today. If you are in IWS, press 1, BWO, press 2. And if you both those operations or organizations thinking about joining, press 3. I want to know what's going on. We got 3 months left, 3-4 months left this year. And 2022 is coming, and if you don't start now, you're late, right? New Year's resolution, I think that's that ritual.
Yeah,
It's always
same old
nice
stuff.
when you get there in January and it feels good, but in reality, that ritual makes no sense, right? What we need to start doing, is controlling our next 5 to 10 years, and the things that we've been going over the last, year or two, in the education that we've been able to provide to people, always been about thinking long term. You understand me? Creating platforms of stocks, options, and trade, NFTs, and marketing, and branding, and infinite banking systems, and mindset, and masculine, feminine, spiritual development, right? And all sort of matter of different things have been very necessary. And so many lives have changed throughout this period of time for, these visions and organizations that, I've been a part of founding, right? And most people found themselves to the vision, right? A vision of a Black world order, right? A vision of learning infinite strategies. You understand me? And being a part of a community. I don't want to get nobody lost. You understand me? I want people to stay focused on what the goal has always been. And that's to create institutions, that's to build wealth, that's to build power, our future, which will only be determined by the minds of today and what's in the minds today. You understand me? I've had the great fortune of working with family, building businesses with family, building businesses with peers and friends. You understand me? 7-figure businesses out the gate. You all with a 7-figure business out the gate. You understand me? And that was the vision that we bring my brothers together, and let's see that if we can create something larger than what we've created on our individual platform time. And I was right. You understand me? And by following, we've seen impact. And the impact has been great on the lives of a lot of people who have started to understand financial literacy, education, who have developed new mindsets, synergy, you understand me, and vitalize it towards life. And that's what we want. We want each person to develop a vision, to create, to have, that can control their environment instead of being controlled by the environment. You understand me? It's something that we deal with so much. So with all the new technological developments, you understand me, that are consistently happening, and with all the fast pacing changes that's happening in the paradigm for the financial markets, is that we see happening on screens, right? It's more and more imperative that we be a part of a community of intelligent people that can keep us up on game, that can keep us dedicated, focused, and hold us to levels of accountability, right? There are too many people here that may have children, and don't know what's the right thing to do for their child. People here that have a job and don't know what the future of their industry is, don't know how to invest their money, don't know how to get your mind right to just start, right? And that way it's not easy because we overindulge in the reward of escapism when we feel like it's too hard to focus on the things that we know are going to educate us on that education. Because I always talk about ROE, the return on education, because we will ask me how much money have I invested in education? It ain't about the money, it's about the time, right? How much time have you invested in yourself, right? And I sit here in my place right now, and sometimes it can take me a little while to, stop scrolling and start getting focused on the same things that anybody else will focus on, but I keep it at the forefront of my mind, and I won't allow myself to go to sleep or do anything else until that focus is corroborated in my higher mind, and I gotta study some subject to learn something, and it has to be on this path towards this vision I have, right? If I'm looking at my portfolios and I need, portfolio to be at a certain level, I can go depend on a teacher, right? Because I'm sure I may have spent more on education than anybody here, right? I buy all of my friends and peers, right? I want to know how the mind is looking at the market, and I'm gonna learn from them, and then I want to go see how I'm supposed to. I got somebody I know, my bro CEO Matt J, teaching me on Turo, a sister teaching me on Airbnb, right? Another brother teaching me on credit, another person teaching me on status correction.
That's right. Each one teach
Pause
one.
am I speaking, but they say I want to make sure I'm being clear for those who are here. If everybody, Kalimah, if y'all can pause, y'all, what you call it, not pause, but mute. I'm gonna mute it to make sure that we're not having any issue with it. As a thought, I'm going to make sure that this title of being the greatest thought leader, not just of our generation, you understand me, is something that I accomplished during my lifetime, right? And mostly because I believe that Allah gave me this mission, He gave me this purpose to inspire the world, change the world, teach the world, you understand me, and to educate people to a higher level of business of existence. I have days where I sit back and I call the leaders in our culture. I don't want nothing from them. I just call them and check on them because nobody checks up on the leaders. I checks up on the strong ones. Just want to know what's going on. But at the same time, I always talk unity and collaboration, agreement and trust within the community. I always let them know that there's something more that we can do together than what we doing apart. Right? And build up this rapport. A lot of what you all see that come to the forefront happens because of the networking and the communication that happens on the back end. And I'm telling you, make sure I'm coming in clear, but I'm telling you this for a reason, because This is what I want you all to start doing. When we create a community such as Infinite Wealth Strategies, there's nothing wrong with you all building with each other outside of Discord, calling each other up. One of the beautiful things that happened in the BWO was that there started to become chapters that formed organically. In these chapters, whether they're in Houston or Atlanta and Chicago, these were people that can get together and have the ability, to be able to study together, learn together, get the game and hold each other accountable. And therefore, started to see people gain real results from their education. That shows you that when we learn individually, that's good. When we learn together, we learn better. Right? So when we go into 2020, we're not going in there half-ass. We're not going in there with the excuses, the issues, the problems, the trauma, the all the undealt with things that we have right now. You got to cut all of that shit off right now.
That's right.
Listen, nobody's going to feel sorry for you or anybody else. You understand me? Going into this next year because we've had too much time to get it together. Too much time to get it together. There's too much you don't know, and there's too many people that just want to that are trying to accomplish to satisfy their trauma. You can't accomplish your trauma away. You have to deal with it, and only way you satisfy the needs of the collective is by working together. Mastermind principle is to find 3 to 5 like-minded individuals and form circles. Let's offer something today. I can't talk too much about it, but it's to work with, some high athletes, celebrities, and decamillionaires for this deal, right? And I'm honored because, I'm a thought leader. I have my reach and my media, but I also realize that this only came about because of all the years of work that I've been doing, speaking truth to power, but also the person that brought me, you know what? I've been working with white folks my whole life. I've been the CEO of companies and VPs, and he works with the billionaire families. High-level activities. I had to tell him something one day. We was having a conversation, and I was talking about my mindset and why I go about collaborating, and why he should too, and it sparked something that about because nobody in his environment has sparked that, because he can get money on. He can make the millions on his own. But I had to let him know that there's individuals, this is because of most of the complaints people have that's in that 1% world is that the people in the culture don't know what they right, don't have the high level of understanding. I have to tell you, well, it will never happen unless people like the culture, because you will not be incentivized from a dollar amount to it, because the culture can't pay you enough to leave billionaires alone to come over here and mess with the culture. So you would have to do it from a intent to decide that I want to bring this in and I will be able to create impact if I do this. It has to be a passion to be righteous and add to the culture. And most people don't want to get the energy, their money, their vision, their intellectual property to make it manifest change with the community. It's easy for me to take the brilliance of my mind to decide to be selfish and focus on things that will bring me a large amount of money and capital, and go work with people that I will appreciate the intellect in a way that I think and strategize. But that's not where my heart is. And some of you all heart may not be set on it because, number one, you're stuck in survival mode, or you had siblings, you never had nobody looking out for you, so you feel like I ain't looking out for nobody else. It's hard towards each other. So therefore, you can't understand the sacrifice it takes to work with people. Even with the issues that I've had with my peers and also had so many great things, there's nobody that can change my heart and my spirit when it comes to working collaboration. Nobody on this planet Earth. Because I gave me a heart that he didn't give everybody. He gave me a vision that comes along with that heart. You understand? And I have a goal to accomplish. And if I stop at failure, then there's no. If I stop at failure, then I failed. I ain't just failed myself. So when you have something that you do naturally or organically, and you do it because it's your heart, and you do it and you allow a bad time, to stop you getting to what's in your heart, you fail. You fail yourself. You fail the very reason and purpose you were made and brought here. I make sure that I stick to the essence and the root, core of who I am and everything that I do. And when you develop this mindset, you understand me, that you allow anything to stop from your purpose, anything to stop you from your power and your accomplishment and the results that you get, then you're guaranteed those results. The only thing you're guaranteed failure is if you quit. I ain't never quit nothing in my life. That's why I tell you, I fired my job. I fired them. I ain't quit. I was done with them. They could no longer, they had exceeded their value. You understand me? And they time there. So many of you all are working jobs right now. Many of you all are struggling to learn a new skill, but you still haven't gave 100%. And you looking for outside excuses on why you keep failing. It's not until you give your 100% you can know better and do better. If I was to really take a poll in here and ask who has given their 100%, 100% to their success right now. I mean, I'm talking about your study, your discipline, your focus. You take everything that you was right, from eating right to the exercising right. You understand me? To being around the right people, focusing and giving that time 100% into change. Because we blame society so much for things that we can change ourselves if we had dedication. So what I'm going to be doing over October, I'm going to be teaching week to week. You know, I've been in the middle of moves and changes and all sort of different things. I'm going to be teaching, and I want to be teaching the rest of the year, specifically develop an elite type of thinker. You know, we have something in the IWS, we talk about taking a letter to Garcia, and it's in this mindset where you have excuses and you always figure out how to get it done. And I have this secret power that I always say under my breath of where there's a will, there's a way. Anytime I find myself stuck, and there has never been a time where I couldn't accomplish, anytime that I reminded myself. You understand me? And I've seen results from writing that book in 3 weeks because I laid out the details of the strategy, but it still required them to be intentional and be disciplined. I'm never going to give you everything because then you have to give to yourself. You understand me? So with the development of what we I believe that a lot of you all will be qualified to come along with us. But that requires you, to look within self. And I'm not talking about just learning the financial. I'm talking about that elite mind, that black mind. You understand? Your soldier mindset. That mindset that you will cut any issues, problem, darkness, and you have a resilience that will allow you to get to the man, to the woman that's in here, to the boy, to the child that you still rear inside you and inside the household. That God energy that started off everything. That God energy. Nothing. It ain't a guru on this planet Earth. I don't know what they talking about, knowing, doing. If you ain't got that God energy in you, in today's time, men are being attacked at all times from effeminization. We're being attacked because the men create the lopsided balance where the women need to masculize themselves within their natural authority, feminine essence. So we have so many different things that we have to get back to, because what's natural in a man is his ability to focus. What's natural in a man is his ability to be disciplined. People say, well, that ain't natural. It is. It's natural because the power, a masculine man wants power. More power is power of self-control. The power to say be is. You have a thought of something you want to do and you carry it out fully to term. See, when a man carry out his thoughts, he knows that he is being a man and he is alive. When he can be bonded and committed to the things that he said he's going to do. And when a woman can carry out the term pregnancy, produce a baby in life and learn to develop the life of that child, and you understand the family, she knows that she's successful as well, because she knows that These are things that are naturally inclined to her. But since we lost within these things, we have an imbalance within society and nature. Men don't want to be men and women don't want to be women. Everybody wants to be boys and girls. You understand me? But when we're talking about infinite wealth strategies, what we're talking about is allowing yourself to always see a way. Allow yourself to always see a way. You want to make $100,000 right now. The next $10,000 right now. Always think about not what am I doing, what am I doing? Am I that type of person that can accomplish the goals that I have? Right? Because sometimes
Teach,
who
bro.
you are at the moment is enough to be who you need to be in order to accomplish what you do. So the act of educating oneself is how you necessary to accomplish. Here, I want to add multiple streams of income. I'm about to learn this Airbnb, this Turo. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna call my brother up. Brother, can you tell me exactly what I need to do? What steps I need to take? Well, hey, go give me some bits and pieces. Well, I say thank you. You gave me enough. You understand me? Now they give me enough. I'm gonna go study the book. I'm gonna go study other people. I'm gonna find every single thing, but then I have to act off the information. And acting off the information is execution. And the distance between you is your ignorance and your execution. Anything you don't have, either based on what you don't know, you don't do. You understand me? And people try to motivate them. Can't do that. You gotta work it. We talk about speaking things into existence. That's only one act.
Come on.
Same way when you write, is you have to work it into existence. Work is it's a formula. Everything can be brought about when the correct amount of energy is applied to that which you're trying to manifest.
That's right.
Because
Come on.
you have to understand the amount of mass it requires to bring something from a form, you understand me, to a physical form. Everything goes from an immaterial to a material. If anything that I want to do is set it in my mind.
Come on, brother.
Write it out loud. Write it down.
Anything is good.
Right? Give it form. Give it thought. Give it vibration. Give it frequency. I put energy, and the more work I put into, the more magnetic power it has. So you increase the magnetic power, because when you're talking about a magnet, I'm watching the movie Fast and Furious. I'm barely watching it, but I'm watching a part where there was a magnet, and the whole entire truck was a magnet. And when the brother got close enough, fake silver chain on, so it flew the truck, right? But the magnet was so powerful that if they would increase the energy and the voltage in the magnet, that every single thing in that environment would have been magnetized to it. And see, a lot of think about this law of attraction and our ability to magnetize things with our thoughts, but we don't have energy, enough voltage, enough work into it to increase magnetic field to bring those things into our reality. So when I want to bring something to reality, I'm only thinking about how much work it's going to take, how much energy I need to give. But see, work's not just a physical component of labor. Because, see, that's the old, a completely new time. We have technology. A man can work 100 hours, or we had horsepower. Before we had horsepower, we had manpower. How many
That's
men
right.
in the field to go work?
That's right, brothers.
Then the more men you have, the more capital you can create, because the labor you have means that you can decrease the amount of time and increase the distance, right? And get more things done. The formula had the change. Well, now we got horsepower. Well, I can go a larger distance in a shorter amount of time, utilize the energy, and I'm not going to be tired. I'm just riding. Right? Then steam power. We started to get railroads and steam power. So now, oh no, we can take a large amount of things. We can do a whole lot of work. So society started to increase. Communication started to increase and go further, faster. It can produce quicker. And the smartest ones understood that, so they learned to control the industry. Well, I need to put my money in the STEAM industry. Before it was that, I need to figure out how many men and women get to work for me, how many horses I can have in the stable. But now we have the machine, the internet. So the internet is about how you utilize the internet in the best capacity to where you can increase the amount of work done so you can magnetize those thoughts and producing them into reality. Into when the internet first came by, I said you got to work hard. Well, that's one way. The new one is about not even work hard, it's about how smart can you utilize these tools. But then it changed from that. Now, how creative can you be? See, the smartest person is still working hard, but the creative person, see, they understand how to, oh, you say NFTs, you say cryptocurrency, oh, I'm gonna use YouTube to do this, oh, I'm gonna create this as my media channel here. You start putting together things already invented by the smart people, allowing you to decrease the amount of energy you needed, increase the output because the machine power is on a whole nother level, giving you access. Now a person play a game and make $1 million. A person can take their art, you understand me, and sell for thousands of dollars. A person can live stream something and make money on a consistent daily basis, reaching and tapping into people. So why wouldn't you educate yourself and utilize these things to the best of your ability so you can increase, to magnetize your wants and your needs? You understand me? So when I'm teaching things to the culture, I'm trying to help you understand what the elite mind is doing right now and what they need to be focused on. Why the creatives are winning right now. So we talk about non-fungible tokens and blockchain technology and the utility of the internet. We're talking about developing the next millionaires. We're talking about utilizing these apps that I've created and teaching you how to do them in the best way. We talking about creating the next millionaires. We talking about breaking the chains and producing wealth. So all those who hear from me, I want to give you a thank you because you know you just need this. You need this in your ear. You need somebody to come up to you for a second. You need somebody to break apart from the regular conversation, the communication that you have on a daily basis, and somebody to be able to speak to you about things that are happening in the world and the mindset. Everything has sped up.
That's
and
right.
It feels fast when you're not speeding up with it. But the moment your mind speeds up as well, it's a normal pace.
Everything slow down.
Reality is regular. So you can normalize the rate in which things are changing by changing with them so that you are at the same pace. So what we gonna do is make sure that every person that taps in has this list of things they need to get done. And as long as you can complete that list, we can give you as many details as possible to completing that list. You understand me? And build and foster the greatest community, you will be successful. But it's going to have to come from self-determining atom within your body. We are all as vibrating molecules, and we can bring anything to existence when we can control our emotions, our thoughts, and we can align our thoughts and emotions, and we can execute off that. So in the IWS, which I'm gonna be focusing on still for the next 3 months, you understand me, is making sure that each student has a portfolio of understanding to where they can get into any market and be able to not only get into it, but they can be able to teach when it comes to this blockchain, when it comes to the cryptocurrencies, when it comes to the marketing mindset. You know, also when it comes to the higher consciousness, the sciences, the metaphysics, we done got away from the higher consciousness. And we'll get back into it. We're going to get into the deep rhythm. But you got to be a qualifying student to be there because some people it as entertainment, because you get into the higher consciousness, it don't require you to execute because you feel it's theoretical. We gonna get into the execution of higher consciousness, not the theoretical philosophy. See, I want to create gods because I can only prove that I am a master teacher if I create master students. So I need to see that proof in my students. You know what I mean? Every Monday, you're gonna be able to come in here and rock with Pops. You understand me? And get that God liberty that he gives. Turning out a different type of man and woman. Because the environment ain't getting this. So you have an up on them. You have an up on the rest of the world who's getting all of their news, the social feeds of social media, and Twitter, and Google, and Netflix. But you have an interruption in your environment that's changing the whole frequency of what you deal with. I tap into the God community on a basis. They got me on a whole nother level. You understand me? So I want you to understand that, last but not least, if you can't find a reason to do it yourself, I need you to understand how important it is to do it for your children. Because they gonna get hurt the most. The generation does not have the same experiences that the previous generation had. And I'm gonna end on this note. From 9/11, Matrix, before we got president, to George W. Bush and weapons of mass destruction, and, all of the things that makes a generation and defines a generation and changes them and increases their awareness about the reality of the world that they live in the 2008 recession. This generation has no memory of it. They're being taught to change the identity, to change your sexual energy, to be confused, to be lost, to follow a new generation of entertainers and their leaders, that they become a part of their cult. He's ignorant and they don't have the same willpower to execute, and they believe they're so emotional, they want everybody to do everything for them. So you have to reinstate and reinvigorate the mind and disrupt that energy that they have, teaching them where to focus. You lose them as well if you don't know what's going on in their world, because they feel like they're part of a world that they was never a part of, and they right. They wasn't. They wasn't here for all of these shifts. You have to have the knowledge in your mind in order to put it in theirs. It's going to require masters today. So the same way I can get on here and to pour out knowledge and information, and if I had a child that asked me a question, if I didn't know the answer, I have the ability to research that, come back to them, the ability to be able to teach them and pour it into their life so they now have it. I become their greatest resource. And I want Infinite Wealth Strategies to be the greatest resource for you all as well. So that's what I'm going to do for everybody that's tapped in. If you're here right now, you understand me? How I'm going to do this. I want you to DM me, and everybody that's here. No, I'm not going to do a DM. I want to make this easy. Yeah, everybody who DMs me today only, tonight, this evening only, rather, tomorrow morning, you have to be part of the 259 people that's here right now that stayed to the end of this call. You understand me? I'm going to let you get IWS for half off. You understand me? DM me. I'm going to drop you the link, and I'm going to do everything myself. I'm going to send you the link. Once you get in, you have to screenshot it, post it on your ID. You understand? I'll give you access to our Discord channel where you get access to everything. I will be teaching what's today. I'll be teaching tomorrow. I have a podcast with Forbidden Knowledge tomorrow, but I'll be teaching tomorrow. You understand me? Pops will be teaching again Monday, and my sister will be teaching again later this week. I'm gonna try to teach at least once or twice per week. So you're going to get access to everything that we've done so far. You understand? Plus, you get new access, and all of the current students. It's been in here, I haven't charged you all for anything new that we've added, but I want to show you all something. You'll have me one time, and this is something I've been waiting to show the people one time. Give me a second. I'm going to let Pops talk to you. I'll be right back.
But I thought y'all was tired of hearing me, but I mean what I say, though. One damn thing about it. This ain't nothing to play with. People trying to do the right thing, step before the people. Don't play with us. I mean every word I say tonight. I didn't come on here to play.
All right.
Come on here to take care of business. Bottom line, consistency is power. That's why you see me on here every Monday night. I ain't missed a night. Because
So listen,
consistency is hard. I had to do a lot of running today to make it here tonight to do this show.
I haven't even showed Pops this yet.
That's the way the FOI move.
So
we don't miss a beat. But don't play with my family. You understand? Don't think this is the family that you're gonna walk over. That you cross out and you kick back, go drink a pina colada. That'll be your last good drink. That's all I want to say. I'm through talking. For
so
tonight.
I want to show y'all, but I want to show y'all all my information, right? So let me see. I gotta cover up so much. So you see what that says at the top? Foreign, right? This right here is my foreign driver license, right? If it scans under a light, it's going to say "Do not detain," right? And connected to it is my international driving permit, and you got to have both of them. And I get my my foreign passport, which is a non-citizen passport, which takes you from being property of the United States Trust, right? And put it in your own jurisdiction, and you have to send out what they call injunctions. You have to put everybody on notice, from the president to, you understand me, the sheriff office, the guy, and everybody else, on who you are and what your status is in America, right? And it makes you a foreign dignitarian, if you will. And we do the status correction. It's not something I talk about, and once I end this broadcast, I won't save it, so you don't have a replay of this. But there's so much more to infinite strategies than you know about. And I have to go right now because I have to get downstairs. But we're going to be given the opportunity for you all to take control of your status. I didn't want to talk about a lot of different things till I got all of my stuff together. Right? In this book right here, this file right here, I have my trust. Not a regular trust, a trust that, you know, is connected outside the jurisdiction of the United States. Because we all go over trust law as well, constitutional law, organic law. It's a lot that goes into that. I'm not going to go into that right now, but there are steps that goes into it. You know, and we teach this classes for free. So I pay a brother to week to week in the infinite wealth strategies and teach you this for free. You get the questions. Now this brother, he charges anywhere from $5,000 to $20,000 to take you through the whole process. You understand me? And that's something I'll be offering to the people. But right now, we just get it for free. We haven't charged a person a lick for that information. You ask all of the questions, all the links, the paperwork, the directions, every single thing. And so if I wanted to right now to start marketing this, I can create a $5,000 situation, $20,000 situation. And I don't have to get thousands of people, because once you got a high price point, you can get low value. Now there's some of you all, I'm sure, want to get the one-on-one consultation and just take you through everything, because there's a lot of paperwork. It's the true road. When you want to talk about freedom, you want to talk about ownership and rulership, this is what we mean. I'm talking about another level. You understand me? I want to be able to go out of different countries and be respected on different levels. I want to know how to create an affidavit for myself. Most people don't know what that is. Right? I want to be able to touch the powers that be and put myself in a whole nother jurisdiction as a human being on this planet. So when we talk about getting the community ready, we're doing something that we ain't even advertise. This is just for the family. And I don't want nobody to take these opportunities for granted. If you lose, not me. I won't lose no matter who takes this opportunity for granted. You understand me? So once you see that $5.99 price go up to something different, oh, keys is too much. Listen, all y'all know the BWO, and I had a conversation with my brother Ben and Jake, and you know, in the spirit of transparency, at one point in time, you know, I was voted out the BWO a few, you know, and this is something that racked my brain and in my heart, and I definitely was not okay with it. A lot of people told me how much they love the BWO, and I wanted to see flourish the people because it's a vision that I found it. And then a month later, we see everything that's happening, and there's nothing that I can do. So, I decided that, I would come together under certain circumstances and bring it back into its fruition because I think about long-term vision. I think about whether these companies that are 100 years old and the issues that they may have had, you understand me? But the opportunities that allow them to flourish if they can get it together. And WO, it's only going to work with that righteous black God energy, that black world order energy that I so much. And I won't get into the details of it, but I got to set it out there. It wouldn't make sense to you all on how I do it. You understand me? But I did it for you all. I did it because I knew that you all still need education. That I can't just go out and destroy something that I built. So instead, I took that in pride and started to build with my family this infinite wealth strategy, all the things I wanted to bring to you. And I'm going to make sure that now, which infinite wealth strategy is something that I want to bring to the BWO as a resurgent energy and a change in the dynamics over there, because it's a corporation still with my name as an owner. So I talked to those brothers, and we still got to have another conversation. And I need all access to bring back our discords and be able to travel around and go to the chapters, the people, and really get everybody on the correction path and the NFTs and the crypto. And I got a bunch of different people I can bring to the table. I've always done that. I always will. And the reason I said I will only do it was the people are behind it. If it's something that you all want, then I will do it. I'm going to do it for me. I will only do it if the people are 100% behind it. You understand me? And I can deal with none of the issues that was there when I wasn't there. But we're going to right whatever wrong was written, and we're going to make sure that this small chapter in this history of BWO is overlooked by the accomplishments, you understand me, of us being able to take the people to another level. Because the community is the most beautiful aspect of seeing you shining black people get interested in taking your life to another level. That's what I fell in love with. I fell in love with the spirit of the people. You understand? I fell in love with themselves, seeing themselves go to a level. So I'm going to get out of here because I got to go. I'll let Pops close it out. But for all of those that's here, you understand me? You DM me tonight on Instagram, and I'm gonna send you this link. Listen, family, I will be raising the price because of how much I'm going to be teaching in the information strategies, right? So I'm not putting this out on Instagram, whatever. It's for the people that's here. I came in here a special reason because I sent out the link and I said, for those that tap in, I'm a rock. Those who don't, that's just the way it goes. Because these days, I only want to rock with people who y'all stayed for 3 hours. So y'all gotta have love, and y'all got family. You know what I'm talking about? So I appreciate y'all. Make sure y'all continue to tap in. And Pops, I appreciate you for being consistent with the Monday nights. Giving people that energy that they need. Assalamu alaikum.
Inshallah, guy. Well, I'm going to close out tonight because I mean what I say without a shadow of a doubt. This is not the time to be playing. This is the time to take care of business for business to take care of us. Black man, we got to get our house together. Period. Jealous and envy got to go out the door. Betrayal is very dangerous. For the betrayer in particular. That's all I want to say, and I just want to say that I'm grateful to Allah who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. And his last and greatest message, the most honorable Muhammad Elijah Muhammad. I'd like to thank him for this day. I'd like to thank him for this gift of life. I'd like to thank the people that came on tonight to receive this message. We're not playing. Playtime is over with. Let's get on the square, brothers and sisters. Let's start taking care of business the way righteous people are supposed to take care of business and get out the characteristics of the devil. Kill that devil on the inside. So I'd like to thank my baby, Kalimah, for coming on tonight. I know she had to get off. She got 2 children there. I'd like to thank Mika tonight as well, the very brilliant and beautiful sister that's working behind the scenes. That's family too. So thank you, and all praise and due unto Allah, who came to us in the person of Master Farad Muhammad. Thank you, thank you, thank you. La Wakba, La Wakba, La Wakba. Good night.